Yo, welcome to the open. Welcome to the open bar. Salute.
Salute.
So I am going to tell
I
you,
ain't
I
no
know my
cup.
personal trainer is listening today. I am not drinking alcohol. This is Perrier water. Am I lying?
Hey,
I'm on a detox.
This nigga is lying.
so you say
Lying.
allegedly.
This is Perrier. I'm on a detox this week. Anyway, I'm Hot Ron, your neighborhood
Nigga, you
bartender,
pay
the
him.
star.
He don't pay you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I don't understand.
But he's a little scary.
They be afraid of the trainer.
Nigga.
I do. I ain't gonna lie. When he called me, he be like, "What you eat?" I be like, And then
Nigga, you a bitch to the nigga you paying.
And then I posted a picture of me a couple of weeks ago with a glass of champagne. He said, "Oh, okay, I
see
got
how
you.
you doing."
I got you."
This nigga was working out hard.
I was so
He just be texting you stuff like that.
He did. He said, "Oh, I got you, dog. I got."
This nigga was.
I was scared. I be scared. I don't know why I'm so scared.
He was singing Negro spirituals last week when he went after.
Oh my God, I was in so much pain last week. He really, I don't know if he was mad at me. I don't know what it was, but he went overboard. Like my knees was hurt.
Hey,
It was great.
Your knees hurt.
It's hilarious, but you know what?
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Yeah, his knees hurt and he got him squatting.
God damn.
That don't sound right.
Don't
It's
sound
a rough,
right,
rough situation. But you know what? I get it, though. I ain't going to fault you for that because I think, when you really be committed, because trainers actually make you make a commitment. They're like, you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to be serious, they don't want to be wasting their time, even though you're paying them, but they make you commit to it, which is, I think, a good thing. Your health goals, man. They're trying to get
Oh
you
yeah,
somewhere.
no, definitely. And I was joking about that, about you paying him and you still being his bitch.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I understand, I
you
respect
committed to your
the
health.
game.
No, he. I'm not gonna say he's scary, but he's very. How can I say?
Firm. Yeah.
And he's like kind
So
of.
he got you
And
on
you
your
got-
knees and
yeah,
got you
just
Just
squatting.
pause, just
And,
pause.
he's
After
firm.
He thinks to say pause. We're going to do this.
Oh my bad.
So he's squat, got you on your knees, and he's firm. Huh?
He's very persuasive. He's very persuasive.
Oh,
And
and he's
persuasive.
persuasive.
Oh my God.
This nigga. It's a,
He's good at his. Never mind. Cut it off.
What is the job that he does?
Retake.
Oh my
This is Perrier water. I know it's different.
pause.
I did have a little edible though, but I'm just.
But
playing.
see,
Mama know how
the
to
edible that you had was it non-fat
It was
dairy?
not. I didn't have an edible. I'm just playing. 'Cause my mama listened. My mama listened. Ooh Lord, y'all need some trainers too. That camera's not open. We going sit up. Come on, everybody, sit up, please. Sit up.
No, we can't. Nigga. You see, you good because you straightforward.
Nah,
I know,
exactly.
you need to
But,
sit up.
but
You
the
know,
real-
I'll tell you, sit down right here.
Turn the couch that way.
Okay, you can talk what you want, but
Hey,
I'm
listen.
not talking. I'm trying to help.
at our age, we do need to work out, but it's really your age. Your age, you really gotta.
Well, after 40, I realized, because, like, I remember when I was in my 30s and Dave would tell you, I can lose weight. Like, I'd be like, I'm going to lose weight. 2 weeks, I'm at the size I want to be. If I want to get in the outfit, I'll buy
Yeah.
2 sizes.
We used to be mad at this nigga because this nigga used to lose weight like it was nothing.
I'll be like,
Nah,
oh,
but
God,
he be going to them extreme turn.
Yeah, he be
measures
throwing
though.
up
that's
and
back.
shit.
Yeah, I don't do that no more. I'm too old. I can't do the throwing up. 'Cause the last time I did it, I was in the hospital.
This
for 2
nigga was
weeks.
bulimic for real.
Hey, but I ain't gonna front though. It is hard to lose weight. It's
very
different
hard,
now,
yeah.
man. Like I'm actually like thinking about like you know what I'm saying, following where these girls are going to get this lipo.
well, you know what I
I was going to do
Hot
that.
Ron knows the spot.
It's crossing my mind. It's crossing my
I
mind.
went and got consultation and everything. But my mother, because somebody very close in our family had got surgery done. It almost killed her. And my aunt died from it too.
Oh really?
So my mom, Aunt Tootie.
From basic like lipo?
Aunt Tootie got like the lap band or whatever.
Okay.
And then I'm like, with my sister, she don't mind. She got lipo and stuff, and they accidentally cut into her intestines, and it caused like.
but lipo is
A
different.
whole
though.
bunch of problems, yeah.
But no, what you doing? Like you can do the laser surgery. That's different.
Yeah, whatever they be doing, man,
Yeah.
when they taking
Right.
the fat out and all
'Cause,
that.
you know,
and
I
my
was
thing is,
doing-
I'm not trying to get no flat stomach, You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
want
Like,
a flat
but
stomach.
I just don't want to be.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
He said, nigga, if I'm gonna pay for the flat
I want
shit.
that
You ain't gonna have do my job.
Nah, I don't need my joint to be flat. I just don't
Nigga,
want.
you might as well just get a 6-pack. You gonna pay.
That's what I'm saying. You paying? You might
I
as
think
well
you can get a
just
6-pack. If they-
just drill that.
They do.
motherfucker.
Remember.
They can scope it to
we
a
know
6-pack.
someone. She actually told us.
That's
one,
crazy.
One time when she was on the show
It's gone. man.
that
I mean,
that
but yeah,
It's gone.
no, she still got it.
no, she told us that they do the
scope it to
6-pack.
6-pack. Yeah, they can.
That's
they
what I'm
pull
saying.
that- They pull your stomach together and.
See,
They scope a 6-pack.
See, I don't need all of that. I just want to take some of the way just so that, because for me now, I'll be honest with you. Here's the encouragement I got, right? So
Right now, you looking like
no, see, you can say whatever you want to say. This the thing though. When you get to be our age, right?
we
You're gonna be fat. You're gonna be fat somewhere. It's not on my arms. It ain't on my neck.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
it
So it's
seem
right
like the
here.
Stomach, everything always hit the stomach.
Well, I'm
though.
saying I would take it here rather than everything else, like my face and everything
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Fat face.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the arms start falling and stuff.
You have like Frank's, like the hot dogs on the
Yeah,
back of your neck.
exactly.
Oh, my
so I'd rather have it
I
here.
got that shit, no matter what. 'Cause
Yours ain't like.
Well, at one time, a couple of
bad.
months ago, Dave, you got a little smaller, and then
I did, but you know,
Y'all look at
I've been
the
stressed
graduation-
out for these last couple
But see,
months.
that's the thing though. It seemed like you can lose weight, but then you gain it back so quick.
Well, because like I'm saying, the weight loss is not residual. So whatever you had to do to lose weight, you got to
You
keep
actually
it up.
maintain that.
Yes.
Exactly. And like you said, I think that's my biggest thing. This won't go because of stress. Like just everything I'm doing all the time,
Yeah.
my mind is always engaged.
Yeah.
I'm always having to deal with another fire or plan something or trying to plot something. And it's like, yo, I don't take a day off. So
Yeah, that's why I am. It's like
it.
I really don't, and a lot of times
you need to figure that out. Though.
is you really have to just take mental days off.
Yeah,
So it's like
exactly.
nothing.
Yeah, like you just stop, right? Just
Nothing like you got to tune the whole world out. I don't care.
What's
Your
going on?
closest person, look, if something happened to them, ain't nothing you could do about them anyway because you're not a doctor or
Yeah,
anything like
today,
Right.
I am not doing anything,
Yes.
right? And you make your mind
And
up
then I
just to
think
stop, right?
I think another thing is when you get to like our age, you're not able to sleep as much either. Like you don't get 4 hours. You don't get no more than about 4 hours of sleep.
But that's all your body really. Your body needs really about 4 to
But
6
I'm talking
hours.
about when resting, the more you rest, your body is healing, is working out
well,
too.
No,
Well,
it's
your body
certain
work out
hours.
for
I'm
you.
gonna tell you the certain hours that you need to be sleep. It's 4 hours of the day that you need to be sleep, from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's when your body rejuvenates itself.
Okay.
And most of us, we're not going to sleep at no 10 p.m. We more like going to bed at 2 a.m.
I know a couple of people that go to bed like early, but they work out. They work out a lot, but they in bed by 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
and they looking good.
But I think you on something with the rest thing, but it matches what Dave said. I don't know if it always is necessarily sleep. Sometimes it's just like I said, disengaging.
Yes.
Like I'm not about to be reading or talking or trying to figure nothing out. I'm just stopping, you know.
Yes.
And sometimes it's even leaving
That's even
TV
good.
alone too.
Oh, definitely. That's
And
a
social
major
media
factor.
And just like relax.
Yeah, that's true, man. Because I tell you, man, just how just TV alone and games and stuff like that.
Keep
Like
you wound
like
up.
for instance, I can tell you my son, man, it's for like 3 semesters. He had a 4.0, 3.8 GPA. He was killing it. The fourth quarter, he really got into his game. I
You can
just
tell.
well, when I just went into a school max, I normally didn't even check. This is my youngest son. I was like, oh, he good. My oldest son, the one I was like, oh, damn, I gotta stay on top of them. Right. But my oldest son, he's still carrying that 4.0. I don't know how, but he's doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then my youngest son, I was just tripping. I just went into his school max just to,
Randomly, right.
randomly just look. Man, this dude is. I'm like,
he behind.
he was behind.
He had dropped all the way
He
down.
just dropped down. I had to catch him up. So I just went into it and checked it, and then I went into his room. I went to go talk to him. Right, I say like I said, so my son said, Aaron, what's up with your grades, man? I mean, they down real low right now. What's going on? He ain't paying me no attention. He like this the whole time, just looking at his game while I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
Not even. I mean, he was just unfocused. Everything was about that game. Like I used to go weeks without seeing him. I had to call him. Only time I see him, I yell him and come downstairs to come eat dinner. He eat his dinner, go back upstairs. Didn't know he was just so much into that game. So I took the game from him for like the past couple of weeks. I took the game from him. He caught up on his grades. He back to where he's supposed to be at. What I'm saying, his mind was just gone.
Is that Fortnite?
You know what I'm saying?
He played Fortnite, right?
He play 2K. Whatever, any game, it takes their minds away, man. And I think a lot of problems with our kids to this day is, I think because of the games and stuff like that, they not doing that, getting their exercise and
kids
stuff.
not watching TV because my daughter, when she was in high school, she didn't watch TV. She watched Netflix and
Yeah,
stuff that. Kids
my
not watching
kids
TV
don't
no more.
really watch TV, but a lot of times, and I tell people this, especially, and y'all still do it. Y'all sleep with the TV on at night, right?
I turn it off now.
But whatever you're watching, your mind is subconsciously thinking about, and that thing affects your mind every single day.
I would love to have like a
that's what you
Janet
gotta
Jackson video or something where my mind just focus. No, I'm just
No, but you think about it. But just think
manage.
about it. Most people who are very successful, they listen to things that are more
that's
motivational or things like that.
That's
That's
true.
going to help them out
But even
when they
with
sleep.
that, though, I feel like you still got to manage. You got to manage like that's
Oh,
what
yeah,
you gotta
definitely.
kinda manage, like how much you listen to. Like sometimes you got to stop stuff coming into your ear gate. Period.
Yes,
That's
that's
why I
it.
think music might be a better alternative, right?
Yes.
Like listening to music because then it's kind of just playing.
Right.
It becomes background
Right.
versus when you listen to motivational, you trying to absorb.
Well, see, music, you start thinking about the lyrics in the music.
The
Depends
kind
on
of
the
music.
music.
That's why
Yeah.
sometimes
Depends on the music.
jazz or
Jazz.
or just
Otis
or just something
meditative.
something that's instrumental or something like
will
that.
be better, right?
Yes.
That's
Right,
some
but-
background
right.
music versus.
But look, speaking of music, music to me, like for instance, when you growing up, don't a certain song remind you of a certain event? Like you can remember a certain one through a song or something like that.
Nigga,
like
you sound
a
like
certain-
Marlon Wayans right now.
No, I'm
and that's
saying like a girl-
Marlon's way.
like yeah, like I remember, like for instance, I used to when I was young, I was about 8 years old, and the song used to remind me like just a girlfriend from back in the day. Like each song remind you of a girlfriend from back in the day. Something.
yeah,
like that.
I mean, sometimes I guess certain music can be attached.
What you
Nigga,
buddy?
8 years old, you
just-
still thinking about a girlfriend?
No, I had a girl. I'm just saying, like it was this song. I want my girl. I want back. Remember that song?
No.
Because
Okay.
you wasn't listening to that. But that was song it just remind you of different times in your life. Like, and what I'm saying is,
Okay, so-
but TV don't do that for you. That's why I'm trying to get TV.
okay.
TV
Well, I mean, sometimes though, because I remember I was dating a girl when I was like 19. She was older than me, and I remember getting off work every day, going to her house, and we would sit at her house. We would eat dinner. We'd do our thing, and we would watch Martin. You know what I'm saying?
Remind you.
Like
Okay.
Martin. So when I think about Martin episodes, that was that season of my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm jumping on the beltway, going to her house. It was just religious. It was so regular. Another thing was when T-Pain's "Buy You a Drink" came out. I was at the CIAA, man, partying so hard.
Hold on, man.
When that joint was at the heart, when that joint was at the heart of, because that song was on the charts for like 4 or 5 months, right? You know what I'm saying? Like number one, but we was down at CIAA, man, and I was like, I remember that moment too. So
He's buying drinks.
Right.
See?
I mean, it was when that joint got played, the club went off. Like
Thank
like
you. See, that's what I'm
everything
talking
went off.
about.
Hey, guess who back with us? I haven't seen her in a while. Glow Blair, man.
Glow.
Yeah,
What's
she's
up,
digging
Glow?
the shorts. She's digging the shorts, man. She said you look like a 1980s NBA All-Star player.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
Hot ice. Anyway,
Oh, shout out to Paul. He tuned in. He said,
What's up,
"Kids-"
Paul?
He said, kids mad weird these days. LOL. Shout out to Sherry
ain't that the
Copeland.
same kid who kicked his stepson? So anyway,
Oh. Oh, you hear that, Paul? He said he kicked his stepson.
anyway, shout out to all our listeners, yo. Thank y'all for tuning in every week. Y'all ready to go into some hot topics?
Let's do it.
Facts.
So, somebody, what, about 4 years ago, a couple years ago, Jesse Smollett, is that how you say his name?
Smollett.
Smollett, he was in trouble with Empire. Now, the little son is in trouble from Empire.
Let's start with that flick, though.
Which one?
The jail flick he got when he looking like what's that, the old pit?
Hold on,
guitar
the
player.
young star?
Yeah, you ain't see the jail flick he got when he was locked up. They did what they do that when they do that mug shot.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
I
Nah.
gotta see that, man.
Oh,
I didn't even really watch a lot of that
A lot of
series.
Empire?
I never
Yeah.
watched a lot of
But
Empire.
I know
either.
he's talking about because his mom is from, I think he's from this
He's
area.
from Philly.
From Philly.
His name
Well, his
is-
mom is here in the city now. She live in the city, but
he
she be
played
like,
Michael Bivins in that New Edition.
Right.
yeah.
Well, his name is Brashear Gray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brashear
He
Gray.
played there's Jamal what's the
Hakeem.
Hakeem. He played Hakeem. I thought he was a very talented rapper. But anyway, I didn't even know he was married. I thought he was young.
because he's young. He is young.
So yeah. Anyway, he got locked up about 2 weeks ago for 10 days for beating his wife up. And this is, from my understanding, it's not his second time.
This not a second time?
I mean, it's not his first time in this situation.
Oh, really?
It's not his second.
First of all, I didn't know young man got married. Shout out to him getting married. But apparently, he don't know what to do with her, right?
He got issues. But you know what? I hate to say it. No, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to get in trouble. But, I mean, we never know. Like, nobody deserved to get hit. Nobody ever deserved to
When you
get
start
hit.
like that, you just stop.
Yeah,
Because
But he gonna say but.
No,
but.
I'm just saying we don't know the
But what
situation.
did mama?
I know you just said but. We don't know the
No,
What
situation.
did mama used to say though?
Huh?
What did mama used to say?
Who, my mother?
Yeah, what did she say?
I don't remember.
Back in the days,
Tell me.
you don't hit a woman.
Oh yeah, but you shake her till she get woozy and get her out. I mean, yeah, I would never hit a woman, so I don't know. But I mean, how many times have you almost came close? Cause like they threw some hot water on you or spit in your face or something.
hey, you know what? Let me see.
Or say you got a little joke.
You know what? I think it is. No,
That
I
never
think that I think you either are like if it hasn't been discouraged in you,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, that it might cross your mind or you might think like that because you might not understand that. But if it's been discouraged, like if you had a father or elders, whoever, your mother even,
Right.
who discouraged that you don't hit girls or you don't hit women, you know, if they discourage that, you have an awareness of it. If you've never been discouraged from doing that, it might cross your mind. You might get beside yourself and attack somebody. And I think a lot of guys fall into that place. Let me tell you what I think creates the abuser, right?
Okay.
I think nobody the first time that they hit somebody is like that. But like anything, if you do it one time and then you don't really deal with it, it becomes easier the next time.
Right.
So it's like even in your relationships with your kids, whatever, like if you and your girl, y'all have arguments and fuss and fight, but y'all never start calling each other names, it's better to do that and not ever do it, because once you do it, even if you do make up, the next time you get frustrated,
I feel you, 'cause
it's
I've-
easier to go back to saying bitches and this, that,
I
that.
feel you, because I would never call my wife out in
Yeah.
her face. I be wondering, you know what I'm saying, but I would never do that. And
Right.
she's like, I'd be like scared to do it. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying.
But,
It's not to be scared.
the good, what I'm,
It's
but,
a respect thing. Like, and I think it comes from my mother. Like my mother used to, you know,
Okay.
get on our nerve, but I would never call out her name. You know what I'm saying? Stuff
Absolutely.
Like that. And I could never even, you know, put my
And I'm
hands
saying-
up to
but I'm saying,
I
disrespect
can't
but-
my
cuss
mother.
around
but-
my mother now.
But
I
if
mean,
you
I-
had done that though early on, say in your relationship, like, you know, early on in a relationship, it gets easier to do it. Even though you reconcile and get back, it's easier to go back there. But if you never do it, that's I'm saying that's the strongest place you are to not
Right.
do it.
So
But
I
even-
do like what you said. It makes sense what you said when you said it's sort of like when you do it that first time.
you gotta.
You got to really deal with it. Like you got to
deal with
really
it. Yeah.
put some light on it, attention on it, and really make your mind up that we can never going to do this again. Because if you let yourself do it 3 times, now anytime you get upset-
One time, especially if you've done it right,
Yeah.
and saying like you said, this is not his first time doing it, right? His wife,
yes,
like she needs him, cut him off, move out the house, whatever,
You gotta
or he
make-
got to move.
You got to make a
And-
serious point of it.
Yeah,
that time
because
yeah.
and I don't even think that you should. My thing is this: if you have to call the cops on me one time, you don't have to call the cops on me ever again, because
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm saying.
coming back.
I even
Sir,
think.
let me-
I even think with men, if a woman hits you
Nah, but you
the
can get
first
over
time
that.
and you were
Nah,
like, no, you can get over it, but you gotta let her know
It's
that
not
she
about
can't keep
because
doing
it's not
that.
about getting over. It's not about her. She can whip you or nothing. But the idea is that
She think that
if
she
I
can.
make you think that's okay, I'm telling you, I left a lot of people alone behind that. Like,
Yeah, I can see
because
that.
you can't let people think certain things are okay.
Yes.
So
Even if we're gonna be friends, we can still be friends.
so
Like,
let me
yeah,
ask you
but
this
we can be
Even-
cordial,
even in
but
the friendship,
That's done.
Yeah,
in the
we're done
friendships,
there.
I have my one good friend, Sitley, my lamb, and like it's a certain way that he carries himself. You cannot like he don't care if you best friends or not, but you can't play with him on a certain level. He'll check you in a good way. He'd be like, hold up, you know.
Right.
It's not the way, and I don't blame that.
But-
my
but you-
brother, like certain things I know I can't say to him.
Sure.
You know, if I go too far.
No,
you know
you
what I
have
mean?
no. You have to do
Gotta
that.
know.
that's a lie, because you say whatever you want.
So I know what I can't say. I know there's limits, and I know.
No, you don't,
I do know.
because sometimes you don't cross them limits.
and he checked
and
me.
he found out.
And he checked me, and I wouldn't do it again.
No, but I mean,
No,
I don't
you've
know.
done it again too.
No, I think with us though, we different though. I think we can talk. I think he knows
I
when
think
I'm
brothers and
serious.
sisters is a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different, but other relationships outside of those.
No,
I
but
thought
you,
that.
but
Yes.
you, but in
I
any,
thought that.
but in
It seems
any
like you
relationship, no matter what, you treat people, you teach people how to treat you.
Absolutely. By what you sometimes
By
without
what you-
verbal, by what you accept.
Yes,
let me ask you
yes,
this, but
that's
back
exactly
to-
what it is.
But back to the beating down thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So what I'm saying is,
That's not funny,
I know,
but
but
you
it's
laughing
great.
about it. So
You can't do nothing but laugh because or cry. You know what I'm saying? So, but situation is, say for instance, do you think even if a woman hit you, it's still not okay for you? To hit
No,
her
it's
back,
not.
Right?
Now, okay,
Now, I'm
okay,
just
so
asking your opinion. I'm just not my
yeah,
opinion.
no,
I don't.
think you should
I
hit
would
her
never
back.
hit a woman.
I don't
That's
think
what-
you should hit her back, but you should definitely leave, and she should know that she can't do that again.
Right.
Like, you should leave.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But
And
Whoopi
be
Goldberg said, you know what I'm saying? Whoopi Goldberg was controversial. She got caught up in that. She was
yeah,
like,
she's like, you hit
like-
them back.
Like ladies, y'all can't. You don't have permission to put your hands on no other person and expect they don't do nothing back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not saying it's okay for men to hit women, but she's saying, listen, you can't expect that you go put your hands on somebody. You know what
and
I'm saying?
expect them to have restraint.
Absolutely.
And then that's just like when people they come to you, they stab you, and you shoot them. Don't get mad at me because how I came back.
Yes,
at you.
yes,
You know
that's
what I'm
exactly it.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at the way someone responded to whatever you did to them.
You gotta just. So you saying the circumstances? You just take the circumstance. You jump out there.
Well, I'm just saying. I tell my daughter that too. I'm like, you shouldn't be hitting nobody. Unless
saying-
you.
I
have
mean,
to,
I mean,
because they
just
hit
think
you
about
back. You know.
Think about it, especially your daughter. She's a legal age now, right? She can go to jail behind that. It's like there's real consequences behind the situations
because
of what
a lot
you do.
of people are pressing, the officials to be fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't you can't get no passes because a lot of times the women was getting passes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They start the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you knock their tooth loose, and they cry the police. You know what I'm saying?
Turn their
But I
neck
tell you,
around. Turn the neck
I
the
tell you,
other
but
way.
one thing I always respected about my wife is she never put me in a situation.
Right.
Maybe this is a totally different topic, but I'm just saying, it's like if we out in public, she's not going to start an issue that's going to make me have to
Yeah, I've been. In,
have to
Well, I don't
know. Embarrassing.
offend her.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, she
Defender, you mean?
Defender, right? She knows that this dude is stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's in the
Oh,
spot.
yeah.
So she's not going to put herself in that situation where, because she knows, because I'm going to have to defend her. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
exactly.
she would
Oh, yeah, 'cause
easily.
I've been in that
she would
situation
easily
with
move
somebody.
out.
Disarm.
Because
I've been in that
this
situation.
nigga, he was like, huh?
No, I've been in a situation where I was dating somebody who couldn't take cigarette smoke. And so we at the thing, and somebody pulls out a cigarette, and she like, yo, tell him to put the cigarette out. Bitch, we can move to the other side. You see how big-
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying.
I'm
But
like,
that's
are you crazy?
but that's why I respect my wife. I'm saying that's my wife. She know that the dude pulled the cigarette out. She ain't gonna say, okay, babe. Make him put the cigarette. She'll say, babe, let's get up and move.
Let's move,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
No, exactly.
Versus I know his situation. She like, hey, handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Okay, come on.
Hey, can we get another table?
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
man.
man.
I'm not fun.
It
No, I'm
is
just
funny.
saying.
But on another note on that situation, I just like right before we came in the studio, I watched a video of this lady. She was pulling up into a restaurant in a parking lot, and she was just pulling into the park, and a car followed her.
Oh, wow.
And they just opened fire on her. They shot at her car 23 times, and they was like close
hit her?
range. She got hit quite a few times, but
wow.
she's still alive actually right now. But just I was like, something had to happen because she just pulling into the parking lot, and then they run and they come and run and they go directly to her car.
So they was talking to her. For
Yeah, it was like something had to happen, or they had to know her, or something. It's like, but what can make you do that? And it was 3 guys come out and open fire on this lady
Wow.
Yeah, well,
in broad daylight.
I'll say this. Like
You
my
saw it?
Yeah, it's a video.
Oh, you saw a video? I thought you mean you actually saw it. I would say, Lord,
no,
you still
That's
there.
another thing with them damn cameras.
But
Them
this
you
was this was a surveillance camera from the restaurant
Well,
that
I'm saying,
captured
but,
it.
In this day and time, they can't get good cameras so you can get a good view.
They
other
can-
people.
they can
Everybody don't
figure it
have
out.
good
They
cameras,
can
but
figure it out.
eventually we all gonna have good
No, I'm
cameras.
talking about the street cameras, stuff like that.
I'm saying, I mean, eventually they all will be good, but sometimes they are grainy. But my son, you know, he came home and and they left with some friends hanging out, and then left out the club and they shot the car,
remember,
right?
yeah.
Remember that? And so the thing is, his girlfriend got shot in the hand. He just had glass all over him.
Yeah, that was like not this Christmas, Christmas
about
before.
5
Yeah,
years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
And the thing was though, you know, the insurance company was trying to fix the car. He had my mother's car. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know, at that point, you don't want my mother driving that joint after that.
Yeah, definitely, because you don't
Right.
know
You
who's
don't know
gonna
what's
come
gonna-
hit you.
Or they'd be like, oh, that's that car.
That's
And
the
it's
Yeah.
crazy
yeah.
that y'all brought that up though, because today is what gun violence day. We should have wore orange today.
Oh,
Gun
really?
violence
National
awareness month?
Is it gun? How you pronounce it?
Gun violence awareness month.
Gun violence awareness.
Okay.
Month.
No,
Shout out to of course the McAllisters.
McAllisters,
You know,
Tyrese,
they
and,
talked about someone.
Ty,
they
yeah,
did an
and
interview
Anthony.
talking about the death of their daughter. through
No,
gun
for
violence.
sure. Hey, listen, I brought that up to say, like you said, you wondering why they would shoot that woman's car. Like, what if the car was involved in something else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
got the
it was.
wrong
It was
person.
like it was
Somebody
a
else
great
driving it.
car, something like that. But they open fired on this woman, and they ran and got back in their car and
Could have been
drove off.
mistaken.
She died?
But the thing
Oh,
about
that
it,
was
you
dumb.
would say mistaken, right? But or it was a random. But as soon as she's pulling in the parking lot, they're pulling right. They're not pulling right behind her. They're pulling like 3 spots down, like so they can break back out and get right back out. And they went right to her car.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Well,
So that's what I'm saying. From the video, something else had to
It,
happen.
it probably was staged. Anyway, salute,
crazy,
salute moment. I'm just joking. Salute go to your boy. What's his name? Right,
Bashir Gray.
Bashir. Hopefully, he get the help he need, and stop putting hands on his wife.
And he's only 27.
But, man, we can't salute that.
I said salute him getting the help that he need.
No.
That's what I'm saying. We can salute that. Yo, Black China made a statement on her Instagram. Let me tell you, ask y'all. opinion if
DC's
y'all
own
agree.
Black China.
DC's own Black China.
She PG, man.
So y'all, let me see y'all opinion. So she made a statement about the Kardashians. She said that if they were black, they would be considered baby mamas, but because they're not black, they get respect for having kids out of wed, a whole bunch of kids by different baby daddies.
getting
and stuff like
respect.
That is true.
Y'all
That
agree
is
with
true.
that?
I agree with it
Why do you agree with that? I mean,
because that's how society paints us as black people as
I
baby
think that-
mamas. You very rarely call any white woman, no matter what,
I
a
totally-
baby mama.
I totally disagree with that one.
why?
Because
Nah,
I think
that's
that
kind of true.
Because you got like, for instance, you got the football players with their white girlfriends they got babies by. They call them.
But they don't
baby
call
mamas.
them.
They don't call them baby mamas.
How you know what they say?
Well,
How you
no,
know
it's
that?
an African American stereotype. It really is.
But how
Like
you know
we
they
say that
don't-
in our community, but we
That's
almost
deep.
say it sometimes as a term of endearment.
Yes, we do.
I literally used to call my kid's mother my baby mother. You know what I'm saying? Because
I call
that
my
term
kids'
got
mama baby mama.
popularized back.
But
when
it was
we
a song.
young.
That's just my baby.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but to the point is, what Black China is not understanding is it's the black folks that say your baby mama.
No, but
The
it's
white-
society.
the
I think,
It's
I think
society.
What she's trying
It's
to say is that them girls are getting praised for having so many kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
Versus when you look at
But I don't
other.
see
yeah, exactly. They're being looked at as if it's a beautiful life thing.
I
Yes.
don't see that.
When our black girls don't get looked at, they like this. Oh,
But
here
I
they
don't
go,
see that.
bringing
so
kids
what?
in the world.
So,
they can't.
so tell
with
me
no
one
dad.
black
Yeah.
woman that you see that with.
You can
That-
look
who
at-
has
no,
that
I-
show?
I give you
Who
a
has
prime
a show?
example.
I give you a prime example. What's the singer that sings really well? They got like 12 kids, 11 kids.
Kiki White.
Kiki White. People dog her for keep having
yes,
all these
yes,
kids.
yes.
They treat her, and
And
what I'm
Lil
saying?
Mo too as well.
But she married
she-
with her kids though.
No,
No.
Not all of them.
all
No.
them kids are around with her husband, her current husband.
With her
But
second
The
husband. she's
last,
married.
the last 5.
But the
was with
point
him.
I'm making is that there's other women, there's other.
Like Lil Mo as well. Lil Mo, she's had
DC?
Yeah,
But
from
what I'm
Baltimore.
saying, there's other white
Yeah.
women who has a lot of kids, but people kind of praise them.
Yes,
or say,
all the
and
time.
you can look at the Kardashians. They have.
But I don't think people praise them for having kids. Because they dog
no,
the
not-
Kardashians like crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? And
The reason why
and
they
shout
go
out to
dogging
Glo-
them because they about to go off air
And
after
shout-
10 years of making money.
And shout out to Glo Blair. She said you don't say that Nick Cannon's baby mama. You don't say that that's Nick Cannon's baby
Mariah
mama.
Carey, she right.
But you don't because that's Mariah Carey. She's
No,
not famous either.
they were married first.
They were
They was
married
married
first,
but they gone
and
now.
it's still Mariah Carey who is mixed.
Right.
So she gets to play the line a little bit. She considered a black woman, but she gets to pick the line.
I still think the
Our
term,
black women when they have a child out of wedlock and they haven't been married, they do not get treated like this is a beautiful life experience. They don't get treated like that.
I mean, look at the girl, the sister. She had her baby when she was 17, 18 years old, the richest one, Kardashian. Kylie. And she got praise for that. But most
but
of
the
other
people she got pregnant by, she's more famous than them.
No, it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't
how
call
society
it.
Hold
looks
on.
at-
No,
how society-
society. Society still praises her.
It praises
They
her.
made
They
her
praise-
a billionaire.
they
She's
pra-
the richest of the family.
So I get what y'all saying is. So you saying that the black woman couldn't become a billionaire? Because
No,
That's
no.
not what he's saying.
The black woman gets mistreated for the same situation, the same scenario. If
Yes.
she has a baby by a man who's not her husband. That's all she did. Instead of her having a beautiful life experience, here she go, bring another child into the world, XYZ, and it's like you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a failure. It's like it was a mistake. It's like
If she was black, that's
it's
exactly
low.
what they be saying.
Exactly.
But with her, you know, it's
We
like,
could keep
oh,
going.
we could praise this.
You can keep going, man. But if a black woman has a child with a husband, they can't say that, even though I think you still feel it. Because people
Did
just
they
feel that
say-
way.
Did they say Erykah Badu? Did they say that was?
Yeah, she get. They
get
call her
dogged
a hoe.
out.
They call her the hoe of
Yeah,
the neo soul.
like she getting passed around.
Right.
When
That's
a
what
woman
they
just she's with the men she want to be with.
But there's plenty of other white women that did the same thing. And
Yes.
They had plenty of kids, but they still.
Like who? What white woman?
I can think of. I can't think of none of
One, Angelina Jolie.
And
What kids she had? They adopted.
No, she's had kids.
she had like 4 kids. But where they by
But
the
they
same
was by
guy.
Brad Pitt.
They
Okay,
was
okay,
like-
okay. Another one, Britney Spears. Do you see her being called a hoe or
But she
anything?
was
She
married
was
when
more
she had her
famous.
2
She was
kids.
married
though.
when she had the
But
kids.
you don't see she got
No,
I'm not
she
thinking of
she
somebody
was
else.
married and she
I know
was
somebody. I
famous.
can't think of who they are now, but I know they had a lot.
Oh,
of
look
kids,
at the
but
girl
different.
from Real Housewives of Atlanta, the white girl that was one of the first.
Kim.
Kim. She gets respect.
She
Nobody
does
calls.
get respect.
She do.
She
They
do.
They respect her. They don't.
They
call
don't.
her-
They don't respect. They don't respect nobody else on there but Nene.
All right,
Anyway,
well, I mean, I don't know
guess-
too much, sir.
I
Y'all
guess
might
we
be
can
right.
agree- we kind of agree with what Black China was saying.
Yeah, I
But
definitely.
Arnold doesn't.
Well,
Arnold doesn't.
I think
I definitely agree with it.
I go with majority rule, though. I'm a team player.
I mean, you have your own opinion. You know.
Anyway, shout out to Black China for bringing that to America's attention.
Black people always knew that.
But
though.
be honest with her, they praise her because
No, they did not.
when she had that baby by that
When-
dash, they were saying you get it, girl, and you dump them because you
Yeah,
getting paid
but they was
anyway.
calling her a gold digging hoe.
Yes,
That's-
and
And
the
they
family
don't-
did not accept
that's what
her
they was
because she had a
saying.
baby by Tiger, and they did not give her the same praise they
they
did
did not.
as they did with Rob.
Right. So no, they did not. Anyway,
And that's a case in point right there.
speaking of which, let's move on to like Monique. Monique made an Instagram statement. I guess everybody heard that statement she made.
Yes.
She said how she was calling out black women. She's saying for mainly coming out in public wearing bonnets,
And slippers.
and pajamas. And she said, where did
Your
where
class
did
go?
where did people stop caring about how they look?
Do
Yeah.
Monique ever look at her videos she be posting?
She don't look. She look presentable though.
No, she be wearing, especially. Monique don't be dressing all that fine.
Well,
too when she be
I
wearing-
No, she didn't say about dressing fine.
No, I'm
but you
talking
don't
about
see.
she-
But you don't see her with a bonnet on. You don't see her with no nightwear on. Things that you should be
I
wearing
see her
around
with-
the house.
Okay, I give her that.
That's what she's saying, and you don't see her out in public doing those things. Even if she's in the house doing those things, it's like you know. You just think about it. Say like Tammy Roman, she got the thing Bonnet Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a
she's in the
character.
house.
But that's that's
But
in the
she's
house.
in the
And
house
she's
as
in the house.
well.
And that's a character.
You-
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
I just don't think like back in the day we used to get mad. We see black brothers walk around with the shower caps on their heads.
Yes,
and
we
stuff.
did. Do-rags
That's what
and
I'm saying,
all
we
that.
used to get mad. We
Yeah,
get-
but
and
think
it's the
about
same thing.
so like a couple years ago when I went to Dubai a couple years ago, me and a couple of my boys we were saying the same thing. It's like, look, y'all out here with y'all in this 5-star hotel, right, with bonnets on in the lobby.
Oh
Are
Lord.
you talking to female?
Yes.
Nah, I'll be honest with you. Why am I stuttering? Damn. I kind of blame Tammy Roman. Like when Tammy was blowing up, because Tammy
With
had
the
a little point when she blew on the Bonnet Chronicles.
Yeah.
And I mean, y'all mentioned that, I'm sure, but I'm just saying, I kind of think that, like, her having that little buzz, even for that small moment.
But she was in the house though.
Well,
Yeah,
true,
she
but
was
she
a
kept
character.
coming on live though. It's almost like you're walking on public.
But see, that's what
so
the
I see
difference.
girls all the time, little young girls around here, right? They'll walk to the store with their pajama pants on or some tights on and have a little bonnet on, right? That's how
Look, I get on my daughters all the time about that.
Just going to the corner store. I
I don't
going to the
care.
corner store, but
No.
still, it's
You got to
public.
be presentable.
But I
Yeah.
agree. But when you
Going in public.
don't get on no air, you don't go on the airport like that. Come on,
You
should-
don't. Certain places you. I don't care if you go into a corner store. You should not be going to the corner
with
store
your
like
bonnet
that.
on. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't go to the corner store in my drawers.
No, you can't.
exactly. And so, and what I'm saying is
But
that
you
when
can go
Tammy
with your
Roman,
tank top on though.
when Tammy Roman blew up and had that viral moment when she was really popping real heavy
I
on
don't
the
remember
Bonnet
that.
Chronicles, she was wearing a different bonnet every day
Yeah, she
on
was.
public
Stop wearing
and getting all these views. So it's still like she walking on public. And I'm telling you, that almost gave, because Lil Youngers was already trying to get away wearing them tights everywhere. Like tights was meant to be
Yoga
workout
pants
in,
and everything.
house stuff. And
But, I mean,
maybe
I could-
for an outfit here and there,
But I can see
with a
tights.
long
Hey,
dress.
I can
But
see tights on the airport.
Hey,
Women
but
wear that. It's something comfortable.
Glo Blair, she pointed out that Monique is right to a certain extent, and the airport back in the days, people wore their Sunday's best to catch a flight.
That's true.
that's right.
That's
You
true.
look like you was going somewhere. You was flying. You look
Well,
like you was business.
For a lot of times when I fly, I have to fly. I fly buddy pass because I got like
8 hours to get to New
no,
York.
but we haven't go much time. But I have to, but I don't do it anymore. I mean, this year I vow I'm never gonna do it because the last time I went, it was just a miserable experience. But
And you wasted our whole
For many
vacation.
2 years, I flew buddy pass. And they tell you in order for you to get on the plane flying buddy pass, you have to be presentable. Like I couldn't wear like jeans. I have to wear like khakis and a polo shirt and stuff like that.
Myself personally, being that now that compared to years ago when Globair was talking about, it's like you can go through. You ain't have to take off everything to go through a metal detector.
That's true, true.
Now, I mean, my quickest thing is I'm wearing, a sweatsuit and,
But see,
and
that's
maybe some
presentable.
slides or something like that.
That's presentable.
But they're not no slides that I'm not got my feet all out. I ain't wearing no
Yeah.
pajamas, none of that, and nothing
Nah,
on my
exactly.
head.
I mean, I totally agree with Monique.
I do.
I totally agree. I just think
Yeah.
that I just think that, and I,
I
might
think,
get in
yeah.
trouble for saying this too. Black people, we got to go above and beyond.
We definitely do
I think
because
that's still true for us.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
true. That's true for everything you do because they watch you everything on your job. You gotta
Well,
be.
the thing is that, why it's still true for us is because the reason why our
Yeah, Will Blair is
ancestors,
funny.
made that. I say ancestors, but from the 50s and 60s and 70s, they were like, you got to do better because they knew the odds were already stacked against you. So you had to do things that help you avoid other strikes, right?
That's true.
But I think it's still the same way.
Definitely,
It's still a lot of
definitely.
stuff stacked against you. So
well-
giving them ammo by just because you being you and all that, we just not that free. As we
we're,
like
we're
to
not
think we are.
free.
I
But
mean-
until we have ownership and we can do our own hiring
And can't
firing,
nobody put you out and fire you.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah.
we can do our own hiring of our own companies and things like that. And we got Fortune 500 companies around the world and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
we can do those things.
Yeah.
Then we can kind of like set the tone of how we want to be presented
Exactly.
as. But until then,
Right.
we can't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because
I agree.
we're still asking for jobs. So
100%.
like, if you got a certain name, right? Like, like social media one, they got memes like if your name start with an A, ends with an A, you most likely gonna be trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's like for a female, it's like it got certain things that so many stereotypes about black people and black women.
And you don't want to add to it.
And you definitely don't
You
want to
don't
add to
wanna add
anything like that because we already we still 40 steps behind
Right.
the next person. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
And I got
and
you.
everybody else is passing us,
Yeah.
and then so at the top we not beating them in population right now
Right.
because we choose to have children at a lot later age.
Right.
Than we were in the
Right.
70s and 80s.
Them damn condoms. Exactly.
And
True.
we choosing to put our finances before we choose to put our family.
Right. But let me say,
and we can't
right.
kind of catch up that way.
Right.
And that's a good point. But and then since we on the talking about how we a little behind and all that, and you know that Biden he just did a speech over in
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, about the Black Wall Street
Yeah.
Yes.
issue, and he was saying that because I think over 100
100 years.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying over 100 black people was killed, right?
Yeah.
And all that type.
I
They
mean,
just
way
went,
over 100.
right, and then for
But
years,
it was like was it maybe 100
thousands
businesses too?
right?
It was so Black Wall Street used to be about
Was it-
40 blocks.
40 blocks.
Right.
Right
Wow.
now it's they try to re-resurrect it in the late 20s, right?
Okay.
But now it's like maybe 3 blocks
Right. But
compared to we had hotels, banks,
Right.
every business that we wanted. We were self-sufficient.
right,
Yeah.
and so they went and burned it down.
Now we're dependent on someone else.
Right. So,
on
but to
everything.
my point is, I think in Biden, in a sense, he was saying retributions, giving back reparations. I'm giving back.
No,
to
he
him.
wasn't.
Well,
That's
in a
what he was talking
sense,
about, that little
he was
2000
trying
they
to
give
slowly say that. Do you think that because it's a lot of people still haven't recovered from that?
Well,
A
the
lot
thing
of
about it is,
well, at least to the families of the
okay,
Black Wall Street.
so we think about that. It's been 100 years. You know how many survivors are around right
2.
now? 3.
3, okay, 3.
It's
Yeah,
3
but-
survivors. So even if they gave reparations, that's still not.
I'm
gonna
talking about
be-
to the families.
Their descendants.
No, but see, that's the thing. They're only going to give it to surviving members.
Well, that's why I just think that the families, because what happened is Black Wall Street. If I owned a bank that got burnt down, that bank could have lasted from years, generation to
No,
generation.
I'm saying they would have to pay you, whatever the whatever the amount would have been. In
They
it
said
equal-
they said it should have been over like $600 million.
Okay.
Right now, right? But the thing about it is,
Well, who-
like, you just think about it. With the Holocaust situation, right? They gave it to surviving members.
Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you think they're gonna do now? Now they're just starting to talk about it. Now I'm gonna have to go through legislation. Or how much longer do you think these members are
That's-
even gonna be alive?
Exactly, which is why I was saying I'm thinking. I think reparations might not be the best way to go. Right? Not that it's not. I think we need reparations. Right? But the better way would be, the easier thing would be for them to stop rigging the system against black people.
But
Like
see
if
that,
they just opened the system and just made it fair, like that would be like a
no,
plus.
that wouldn't do it. You know why? The biggest problem is
I mean, as a start, I ain't saying
no. What I'm saying is because, right, on the surface they're looking like they do that, but what goes on behind closed doors?
That's what I mean. Stop legitimately rigging the system because
They have, but you can't. That's somebody's mindset. You have to change. You can't change somebody who's 70 years old mindset who
Well,
says that they're less than you.
No, I know, but you're talking about people who run, the people who are basically running these institutions and whatnot, right?
That's what I'm saying. They're not leaving. And so, in order for you to do that, you're telling the government and private sectors that who's ever in charge, they have to leave their businesses to somebody else.
Did y'all see that? Y'all saw that documentary? Like
I did not see it.
Oh my
It came
God,
on last
was
night.
So sad. Yeah, it was like the way
On CNN
that
or
one
something?
person started that whole thing, got jealous, and it's just horrible, man.
Yeah, but okay,
I'm
so
gonna have to watch it.
reparations probably would be the best way then,
Well, my thing is this is
which basically is given to all.
But remember,
black people.
what was
But see, the thing about it is, so they tried to do something like that with the farmers, right?
Right.
So with the black farmers, right? And here you go, you got people talking about, nah, they need to pay too. It's like first of all, they wasn't making much money, right? And then
They had
they
less
had a
land.
tax break from the situation, right? Because they wasn't making enough money, but now you have people coming out saying, no, that's not right. They need to be paying what they need to pay.
Right.
that's what everybody.
And so how do you feel that we will ever catch up when you still got people with that same mindset?
But my thing is this: why don't you know, like back in the days, like you get a job through affirmative action?
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't it affirmative action when it comes to banks and loans and stuff like that?
It was. We had that stuff too. But this is the thing. This is to today's point. Basically, I used to say it like this: you can't legislate righteousness.
Yes.
So you can't make a law that will
Right, I
make
heard
people
that. I
do the
heard that
right
several
thing, right?
times. Yeah,
And so
it got to be a mindset. You know what I'm saying? It
Not
gotta
only-
be-
It
not
definitely
only-
is.
The idea is, right, that even if they put up these affirmative action things, even with affirmative action, people who are in charge still find a way to get who they want.
That's it.
They still find a way to hire who they want. 'Cause
And
what
if
affirmative
you
action do is-
have the money, you can stop anything.
so what affirmative
but
action
that's
does is
with anything.
affirmative action is to make sure that you have to have one black, one female, and one other ethnic.
And they still
group.
gonna hire the black that they
And
want.
after that, you can hire who you want, and then you can kind of relegate them to something else.
Or you can just hire a
And you put
female,
'em in-
black female that would just knock off everything. at once.
Like even in the system right now. I'll be honest with you. This was and shout out to all of my black people, but our black folk, man, we be looking out for our black kids and black nieces and nephews in the government. Like all of our black folk that got into the government, they will get their nieces and nephews in the government. But they tell you how to apply. You know what I'm saying? This is what we normally do. So I'm saying the same way we do that to hook our folk up, same thing that they doing. You know what I'm saying?
and they're
'Cause,
doing
I
it much
mean-
greater
And they
because
do it
it's
on
more
a different
than
level. And
yes, because one they are the ones who hiring in the first place.
exactly.
But we all benefit from it. I know personally.
Sure.
I've been in the federal government. I know I got in
'Cause-
because I knew someone.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so it was like, so I
Absolutely.
totally understand. But anyway, shout out to.
But like I'm saying, how many are you compared to them? That's what you look at. So it's one of you, right? Where there's 20 of them.
Right. That's
How is that
100
going to
of
help?
them.
No, I'm just
and
using that as
when
an
they bring
example.
their folk in, their niece and nephew, they bring them into supervisor.
Big job.
And the thing about
Better
it
and
is,
you
right?
train them. And
Just
you,
think-
and you
hey,
train them.
So I mean, just on a lower scale, just think about it. Sometimes if you look at certain McDonald's, when they have management change, right? Especially if it becomes a Hispanic manager, the whole staff becomes Hispanic.
Yeah, I see that.
wow.
But they make,
And like, but we get in that same position and we say, oh, nah, we gotta hire somebody of some other ethnicity.
True.
And because we feel like we gotta,
But they
be,
don't
be
do that,
fair.
though.
But no, they don't do that. They hire who they know is gonna
Africans
work.
do the same thing.
Africans do the same
well,
thing.
Africans, they good for it.
And-
even like in the real estate profession that that we in, man, they deal with that. I mean, they deal
deal with
with
their own
they deal with
kind.
their own.
But everybody
and they
does-
kill it too. Like they do. Like you have an African relative. He did like 20 million in sales last year, and it was all Africans that that he dealt with.
'Cause that's all they dealing with.
just
Church
come to
folk
him.
do that too. No, I'm just kidding.
Church folks do.
no,
do
they
that.
don't.
Man, I tell you, I can say in PG County, it was the big church, First Baptist Glenard. The HR, this was back in the days. The HR director went to that church. Hired majority of everybody from that church got jobs
Wow.
in Prince George's County Public Schools.
Wow, that's deep.
No, hey, no, I mean that's kind of where it goes. Like I said,
wrong. I mean, you can't hate the
But
game.
the funny
I
thing
know,
is
you
that
definitely
black
can't.
people, we feel guilty when we do that. We start
Yes.
trying to be all inclusive and be diversified. When
Yes.
diversity is always probably, like you said, just a matter of symbolism for most companies. They want to make sure they have somebody who represent all the
Right.
different. But for real, they hire who they want.
Yes,
true.
Definitely.
And you
Anyway,
don't even have to know the job.
salute moment go to what did it say?
Monique.
Not Monique, but I want to talk about the restoration. Maybe some sort of
Matter of fact,
The,
okay.
Black Wall Street.
black,
Black Wall Street.
some sort of how can I say awareness to it or
Right.
Well, the thing about it is, we should always. I've been aware of it for a while, right? But the masses haven't, right? And still to this
Well, they
day,
lied about it at
they
first too.
try
Yeah.
tried to cover it up.
Yeah,
They
but
act
see-
like it was a race war when it really was them really just.
Trying to take
And
over
this the
Shutting
last
down
thing,
that-
Hot
that-
Rod,
that
if-
Black Wall
unless
Street.
you want to
Go
move
ahead.
on.
Go ahead.
Last thing.
I do wanna
Just-
move on, though, but-
Okay, so you can move on, but just a quick
it's
thing.
fine.
I've listened to Judge Joe Brown. Did y'all see that video where
With
he was
him and
talking to Kwame Brown and he was talking about Joe Biden, and he was saying how he couldn't support him. He called him the most racist white person ever.
See, I don't listen to him because he crazy. I mean, like he really. I heard what he said about the vice president as well.
Oh, he was
He said about
yeah.
how she slept her way up to
Yeah,
the
to
top.
the top,
And
yeah.
I'm like, but to me, he's come across as a lunatic. You know,
I
he's-
know, but
He,
that
he does. Well, he comes off as a hater.
lunatic because that's what people want you to believe.
But it's
he's
not
a
that,
lunatic,
but I mean,
but
you
he's
know
speaking.
what?
He's
That's
speaking
not
facts.
How he
No,
speaking
I-
facts?
No, he comes off as a hater because
How you speaking
if you say
facts?
something like that, you do got to say how you know this. So
Right.
So if you're gonna make an accusation like that, you got to at least say how you know it. Now maybe he ain't have time to go into all that. But
Like
he's
he
But
also
just my
told-
thing
he
is-
talked about Tina Turner, how like that whole Ike thing was a lie. She was the one beating on Ike. And he also talked about how he said he remember.
Yeah, he crazy. He
used to
straight
come-
crazy.
That's what he thought. He said he.
Y'all believe what y'all want to believe.
But my thing, what he say about
she was just an evil woman, and he just went off.
Right.
on Tina Turner.
But what he
She
say
wasn't
about
giving no
Biden,
booty.
he said he was sitting there. He was at this speech where Biden was talking about that segregation is good, and he said we should be segregated from blacks.
Back in the day.
Back in the days, this is when he was young. He gave this big speech.
Biden was part of the Good Old Boys Club back in the day.
Yeah, he was.
Shout out to Paul.
And
Paul
see,
said
he had to
Paul,
grow.
Paul said Joe Biden was probably under the influence.
Right.
He has issues.
He does have issues, one and two, but you got to think about it. Desegregation messed it up for black folks in a lot of ways.
But he even talked about
Absolutely.
the Senator Byrd. He talked about the Senator Byrd who was with the Ku Klux Klans and all that. But when Senator Byrd died, he was wasn't he one of the most liberal Democrats? When he died, before he died,
That's
he
the same with
I mean,
I'm saying he changed his views.
A lot of guys did
he
change.
changed his views.
Yeah, like-
what's the other guy that died? He changed too. The one that ran for president lost. His daughter
Bob
played
Dole?
on The View. His daughter plays on The-
McCain.
McCain.
No, he
John
always,
McCain- nah,
John
he's
McCain. He
still-
always
No,
been.
okay,
He's
so
still
no,
the
John
same
McCain
way.
was more of an idealist, right?
Right.
He believed in the ideal of America.
Yes.
So he had some really conservative views and stuff like that because of the school he
And-
came from, he did believe in basic human decency.
Yeah,
Right.
Yes,
he was.
he was a decent human
He was-
being.
Which is what
He was a
you want the
compassion-
politics to at least have that.
He was what you
Yes.
call back in. He was a true compassionate Republican.
He was with Trump.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
So
He had-
so
he had
it was
basic
more or
human
less.
he believed in human decency.
Yeah, so it was more or less like he believed what the military kind of like taught him
Right.
and showed him the way. That was his way of life, and he was just trying to carry that on. Whereas it doesn't benefit everybody in the way that he was taught to learn.
Glo Blair said, "Thanks, Dave. Desegregation messed blacks up in many ways."
It did
Wow.
because, like you said, we have this thing where we feel as though we need to include everybody, that we got to forgive everybody. Our community has taught ourselves, right, to have this kumbaya with everything, but every other community is looking out for that community.
That's true.
Even like Donald Trump gave you the perfect picture of what America is. When he went to office, he hired people who wasn't qualified. He hired people who didn't know what they was doing.
But-
he hired people who was thieves and criminals. But he's like, but they in my
My
team.
circle.
Yeah, he's like, so is that he's like, it don't matter whether you know the job or not. You'll learn it. Just go.
But see, that's the thing. He was showing us
But
the way.
that's how America acts.
Yes.
In real life.
Yes.
You don't have to know the
And
job.
we didn't like that.
You don't have to be good.
But it wasn't good.
If
That's
you
the
on
problem.
if you on
But
my team,
It's not the problem. It's not the thing that he wasn't.
Y'all both
it
saying
wasn't
the same
good.
thing.
It's
Right.
not. It's not the problem that he wasn't good. He was showing you
How
exactly
America work. How
Yes.
America work.
yeah,
So,
like it
I mean,
doesn't-
we could talk good or bad about Donald, but I would say something good about Donald Trump. He
No.
revealed a lot. I mean,
Thank you. That's what I was trying to tell you.
he
That's what I've
unopened the
always
cover.
said.
Right.
He revealed a lot, and
that's how America operates, and our mentality is, even if you don't know, just go in there, you can figure it out.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though you need people who have skills at certain things, you know what I'm saying? The people who was running these things, the girl who was over education, Ben Carson, when he was over, they had no
clue what they was
doing. But he was like, it don't
But
matter.
but he would put. That's what
just
I'm saying.
go in there and try it.
And I'm not
I mean,
going.
your girl Omarosa, he created a job for her, and she
Yeah,
went-
you create
she
jobs
wasn't
for the
doing that
people
with
that
the young
you want to
This-
look out
this is what
for.
really happens in
But-
real life.
He even had his son-in-law in charge
Son-in-law.
of PPE,
So-
who
so-
never knew anything about.
So
this
one
speech.
of the things I think we should teach our kids, right? I think all children should learn this, and that is one thing, that there's a way that the world is supposed to work, but then there's a way that it actually
Actually
works.
works.
And you got to know both of those things, because you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to be working the world so that it trends to where
I like
it's
that.
supposed to.
I like that.
But you got to know how it actually
I
works.
like
And I
that.
would teach my kids today.
feel that.
No, it is who you know.
I
It's
just
like my old.
I tell them all the time.
being-
It's
being-
not what you know, it's who you know. And this
That's
is why,
major.
And
That's
because
major.
I
like
tell them, and y'all get on me all the time about
Not
with
no more.
education, right? But I said this: at any job, no matter what degree you have, right?
Right.
They're still gonna have to train you to do that job. And you think about it. Who taught the first teacher?
a teacher.
No, experience taught the first teacher.
Absolutely.
And they bottled it up and they sold
Talk
it.
to 'em.
And now you tell me that I need this education to get this job,
you didn't
or I
even
need
have
to
that.
go back to school
Absolutely.
to get this. For order me to get this $20,000 pay rate, you need me to go pay $50,000 now so I can get this degree that I paid for, because I'm gonna take it online and I'm probably gonna have somebody else do it for me.
Dave, boy, if you
No,
boy, you-
absolutely.
you are so
I would
smart.
tell my daughter, whatever you want to be in, my youngest baby girl, right? Whatever you want to be in, find out who's running it.
That's
and then
it.
find out where their circles hang at.
That's it.
Go hang in that circle.
That's
Wow.
it. Hang in that circle
I like
because
that.
It ain't nothing else to it.
I like
you
that.
hang
You
in
get
that
if
circle,
you get in that circle, you're gonna be straight.
yes.
If you want,
Because crews take care of the crew.
Yes,
If
like
you want-
I
if you-
tell people, like people who do go to school, because like a lot of people say, like, well, a lot of white people go to school and everything like that. But I said that C student is probably going to be hiring that not hiring that A student because you didn't hang out with them in school.
But I understand what you're saying, but that's your point. You don't have to go in there and get the 4.0, 3.8 GPA,
just
but
gotta-
you still should at least
You
go
need
to
to
that school.
network.
The people-
Your
that's what I'm saying,
main
people don't
job
realize
in
that
school,
point in the
you gotta
network.
get
your
and get that
main job
degree
in school is a
Right.
network, and you network how
and get
you.
that degree. Yeah.
If you want to be a
No,
hoe,
they don't care if you got that degree.
If
They
you-
want you to
Let me
network.
tell you something.
If you want to be a hoe, go find Monica Lewinsky's. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm
but
just playing.
just to think about it, when you network, right? You network whatever where you want to be. They're gonna make sure
they make sure, they take
you
care of
are taken care
Like,
of.
when you know, it's like when I was down Miami a couple times this year already, right? Man, it's a crew down there. I sometimes get a chance to hang out with them. See, they stay with a certain group of people. Guess what? In that group, it's certain women who traffic amongst the owners of the clubs, the people who manage the clubs. If you're not the owner, you manage it. They traffic in these circles, right? So everything that's going on, they hear about it.
Right.
They know about it.
They know
They
what's going
already know how they're going to get into it. Now, you also got to put a little bread in, but you put bread in up front. But after a while, once the relationship is there, you put a little bit of bread in, you get the bottles, you get the service, you get access. You don't stand in no lines. It's different because
you have that communication.
Right.
Communication is key to anything that you want to do. If we become better communicators, and I think that's like especially if you go into HBCU, I think that kind of hurts us a lot of times if we don't have a big enough circle and we're not or we're an introvert at times and things like that. That hurts us because
Right.
we're not going to be the ones who's hiring.
That's why most people, what they do when they go to a HBCU, they get a bachelor's degree from HBCU, but then they go to a
PWI.
regular
PWI, they
university. They get a
No,
master's.
sure. That hurt me really my whole career, honestly, because I was always independent, always separated. I never really like used connections to get what I was getting. I just worked and built it myself or did it myself. But I'm like, man, think about if you had really just plugged into the right people. But along with that comes a lot of scratching and laughing when ain't nothing funny. Don't.
Oh yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? A lot
people look
of.
down at you
So that's another thing. I tell a lot of people when they come new to DC, like, and especially they're new, they just graduate from college, and I said, look, this is a drinking town. I said, even if you don't drink, act like you drink, and so you can be in certain circles. Because if you just go hang at most bars on Capitol Hill, they would spill their beans over a drink, but they'll act like they don't know you at work.
Yeah. Yo, we got two more topics before we almost in our 30-minute mark. So we definitely want to give
All right, hurry
let you
with
make
the damn
everybody
topic.
mad.
Just go with the damn topic.
Anyway, one
Yachts.
quick talk because I want to talk about the other thing, but real quick. You know your boy Bill Cosby.
Yeah, man.
So Bill Cosby got denied parole this week.
Wow.
People
Why?
saying, well, because, and I think it's stupid, but I kind of agree with what he's saying. He would have got parole, but the reason why he got denied
They want
parole,
him to do something.
They want him to take a sexual harassment
Class.
course, and he refused to do it because he don't want to. Because he's saying if I did that, that's me admitting
that he was guilty.
that he was guilty.
Yeah.
Well, my stomach looked flat. So anyway,
So
Anyway.
vain. So vain.
But anyway, but so do y'all agree with that?
I agree with that.
So to
I
me,
would rather. Sometimes you just have to do certain things to keep your dignity. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your sentence is. Don't try to get me in parole and then you still gonna handcuff me to something else.
and
You
to
know
me-
what I'm saying? And then you have everybody because even though that was said in private that you have to do, they would have made it public when he got parole.
Wow.
Got you. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Because just like he didn't do it, they made it public because who he is.
That's true. So you saying so he should stay in jail for the rest of his life?
No,
I mean, not saying.
Fit out his
what is
term.
it,
No,
3
he has a
years?
sentence. He has an end date. It's not the rest of
It's
his
10
life.
years.
But he could have been out.
Don't he only got
This
3 to
week.
10? Wasn't it 3 to 10?
I thought he
it's
had
like
like
10
15
years.
years.
15
I don't know, maybe something
But he
like
could
that.
have been out if he would.
But see, being out, right? That doesn't clear people's conscience, and then they're all looking at you. Just like OJ, he's out, right?
Right.
Or he didn't go first. He didn't go to jail for what most people thought he was guilty of. Most black people too thought he was convicted of, guilty of.
Everybody,
right?
including black people, thought he was guilty.
Right, but that's the way they paint the picture, so we don't know what happened.
Yeah, they really
it's-
skewed that whole thing.
So the thing about it is with OJ is like, even though he was not found guilty,
right.
they still kill him. They still consider him guilty, and they got him on another charge. Because you're gonna tell me that you're gonna go to Vegas, try to retrieve items that were stolen from you, and you don't have the gun, but you get the most time.
Wasn't he just driving the car?
No, he just confronted the people who stole the items that they were
His
selling.
stuff.
His
Stole
stuff
his
that was
stuff.
stolen,
They
and
just
you
wanted a reason to get him.
They just wanted to
they
read.
just wanted to get him.
So Bill Cosby, we saying that. So you don't believe Bill is guilty?
I don't.
No,
don't.
what I'm not
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
he's-
I don't think he's
what I-
guilty.
the-
Guilty.
First of all,
You get that pass? I don't think he's guilty. Guilty.
Paul,
my thing is
Paul said OJ didn't do it, and Cosby is innocent too.
my thing is this.
OJ
right?
did something. He had
We don't-
something
we
to do
don't-
with it.
I don't know if OJ had nothing to do with it because they painted the picture that he did. But the thing about it is, with Bill Cosby is this, right? We can't say he did or didn't do it. And in most of the cases that they were getting him on, they had a statute of limitations that that superseded the situation. And the one they got him on, it was a closed, shut, concealed case, right? That shouldn't have never been opened back up. That's the only way they got him is because they opened it back up. So he should have never went to jail for anything.
Damn,
Shout
damn.
out for Bill for making the lean drink, boy.
But also, what I like with Bill doing though, he also stating that I'm innocent. I
Yes,
didn't do
that's
it.
what I'm
That's why
saying.
I'm gonna do my time.
That's right.
And I'm gonna do it like most black men that got locked up for something they didn't do.
Claire, he'll be back to Claire soon. Yo, anyway,
This nigga stupid.
She in D.C. now, right? Ain't she president of some shit?
I don't think she live here though. I think she just.
It's online course.
Online
I don't know.
course. It's like
No,
not-
she probably here.
Anyway, salute go to Bill. Hold your grounds, man.
Like I said, ain't
Salute.
nobody going to Howard because of her.
See, y'all know that's why y'all was getting hate on, man. Don't talk about Rashad.
Yo, Pastor, you talked about a story before about the Virginia teacher. Can you tell it?
Okay, yeah. So y'all know that there's lots of different new titles or labels that are out now to try to describe the fluidity of gender and attraction and sexual orientation, stuff like that. Like when we grew up, it was like male and female. you know what I'm saying? Like
Bitch
that,
and
those
nigga.
was the categories, right? Would you say?
it.
Bitch and nigga.
Exactly. It was like that was the categories, but now, man, and now that the LGBT, they came on the scene, right? So
Don't
it's
do-
the
forget the Q+.
lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, right? But then they started adding to that.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, and that's LGBTQ.
Plus.
It's plus and some more letters, right?
Right.
So now one of the newest spots now is non-binary, which is where you don't identify as either of the two these opposites, right? Male, female, or heterosexual or homosexual. Like you don't identify as either one. And when you fall into the category of non-binary, that led to now people are getting the right now in businesses, in public venues and stuff, to decide what pronouns he, she, her, him, right? So typically when they, them, or you know what I'm saying? So if when we say her, we typically know we're talking about a woman. We're talking about him, we're talking about a man. If we say him, we're also talking about a singular him, right?
Right.
Versus when you say they, it's supposed to be plural, or them is plural. But the non-binary community, because they are not identifying as heterosexual, homosexual, or as male or female, they're identifying as they and them.
You know
So
what?
how are we supposed to know that?
So they're saying that now, even though I'm one person, because I can vacillate or fluidly flow from this to that. Refer to me as they. So when you be like this, when you know you're talking about me, instead of saying he went to the bathroom, say they went to the bathroom.
But can I say this?
He said this is the devil
Can I
talk.
say this? It sounds like to me that people are connecting sexuality to male, female. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
And
It is.
no,
it
not sexuality.
No, what I'm saying, like,
It is because I understand where you're coming from with that. Is more or less whatever you choose to. I'm not saying
want to
that
identify yourself as.
identify yourself as that. Everybody else is supposed to identify you as.
but I'm saying, like,
Right.
happened to
So
your
your mama named him Clay, I'm gonna call him
So,
Clay.
so the thought is that, out of respect for a person, you would refer to them the way they
You want to be
choose to
yeah.
be referred to, regardless of the fact that they might be a man or they might be a woman, or that, or even if they're gay. Because even it seems like, listen, the non-binary thing and the whole pronoun thing is making me feel like the gay thing is great, right? Like it's making it look better and better. It's like I try to tell people, if the communities would have not have fought the gay community wouldn't have even fought for so many rights if people weren't so mean to them, right? So the point
well, blacks fought for many rights, and they still
They
mean
still
to
ain't
us.
got it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand
No.
what point you're trying to make.
No,
but we
no.
fought
But
it's not
plenty of
working.
rights. It ain't working in our
But
favor.
that's-
hold on.
no, but that's what.
Yes.
That's
No,
because,
hold up.
No, that's because there's
No,
white
no,
and black gays.
no. It's not the
So
same thing.
They unite together to fight.
But I'm just saying, I understand that. I'm not saying
No.
what race you identify as, but I'm just saying you identify as you being gay or bisexual or whatever, right? You have more rights.
See, so your sexual orientation is one thing, a gay, lesbian. That's
That's
sexual
what I was
orientation.
trying to say.
Right, but non-binary. The connection I'm making, I'm saying that the non-binary thing is a progression from that, right? It's like you're a man, but you say you're homosexual. You deal with men, right? Or you're attracted to men. Female attracted to women. Now you're transsexual. You used to be a woman or a man, and you flipped and you're changing over. So okay, we get all of that, right? The progression now becomes when a person who is saying, I'm not gay or straight. I'm not male or female. I'm whatever I feel like this morning. Like there's a teacher in Virginia right now who works in school, and the whole staff, the principals, the whole staff has to refer to them as they and them. And sometimes she comes with a skirt on. The other day she has on like slacks and a button-up shirt and grows hair out of her face, like lets hair grow out of her face, right? Like, and then she shaves it, and she looks like
Why
one of them
you
slim.
laugh?
Well, why we can't just call her like, can I just do this? Okay, today
By her
you
first
got a
name?
dress. Hey, girl. Now today you got your beard on.
You
What's
a sir.
up, dude?
Exactly.
I'm like, why we can't just do it at the day of the time?
Hey, that's a question for we would have, but I mean, the
Flip a
point is
coin.
because they don't identify as dude or girl, they saying they. Call me they.
I just think that's so confused. I just think, first of
Yes, why you gonna confuse me? Because I may
all, I
forget
just think
today.
that's wrong. I just think that's wrong.
Why
You know what
can't
I'm
you just
saying?
call them by their name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat. Remember that
No.
our favorite show, Pat?
But,
We
okay,
never knew
no,
we could
because
do it.
because you call everybody else Mr. or Mrs.
No, but you don't get that, Mr. and Mrs.
Mrs. Stone,
You get your
Mr.
first
Green,
name.
Mrs. Collins.
No, let's treat it like the military. Whatever your last name is,
That's what I'm
Collins.
gonna call you.
Collins. Hey, Collins.
Yeah.
Collins. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Timmons.
Just
Timmons.
like
Yeah,
it's like just like it's like it pastor Owens. You know what I'm saying? Which one
Owens.
be
Oh,
the-
yeah, you don't get that name no. You get Owens.
You get Owens.
Hey, listen. So I'm kind of with it. I like, again, my point is that, like, and I advocate for, the gay community and
I
everything.
mean, I don't think that none of us have an issue with that.
Yeah, with the sexual orientation, right? But what I'm saying
My
is that,
issue is why I gotta wake up get confused because you came in
okay,
here different
but here's the
ways
thing. But listen,
twice
okay,
this week.
okay.
You
So
know
the
what I'm saying?
challenge,
That's my
here's,
problem.
but here's the
That's
challenge
the-
though.
that's-
You
that's
making
the
it bad
problem.
for me.
But here's the challenge. The way y'all talking right now is the way people talked about gays and lesbians back in the day.
Okay.
Hold on. So I'm saying that the non-binary is a progression from that. It's not the same thing as sexual orientation. This is saying I don't have either one of those orientations. So now, even though
See, that's where
I
I'm
have
confused.
breasts,
That's where I'm confused. So, are we talking about sexual orientation or the fact that you don't
It's
want
a,
to be known
it's a
as a man
progression.
or
It's a
female?
progression. So it's not sexual orientation.
Okay.
It's a progression, and I can
me,
see
it
why
seem
the
like they
confusion could
confused.
come because we do say what's your sex, right? And it's male or female. When we asking your sex, we're not always when we ask you what's your sex, we're not always asking you what's your orientation, like what you're attracted to.
Yeah,
we're
we
asking
don't
you
care about what you-
what is
Are
your
you a male
orientation
or
or what is your constitution?
What was you born at?
Your constitution, right?
Did you have a penis
I mean,
or a
Yeah,
vagina?
exactly, your constitution.
Well, but
so
I do think if a person went all the way out and they actually got their thing cut, they should be recognized as a woman.
So
you know?
if they go,
not
if they go
necessarily,
put
because
one
like
on,
you just got that's like you got your thing cut. You still were born like you were born.
No,
Your
but
thing
that's
is-
if
different,
they
though.
went all the way
But see,
out.
that's
no.
totally
So
different.
so
something.
so if a woman went and got a penis sewed on, do you think she should be called a man?
I think so. If
I
that
think-
is,
I
How do
think-
you know that? How do
I
you know
think-
she got one sewed on?
I think if you
And how do
gonna
you
walk
know he
around,
got it cut?
no, I'm saying,
No.
but the confusion is right
trans
here.
man,
The
trans
confusion-
But
woman.
what I'm saying, how do you know they got their genitals cut?
But the
Or-
confusion
or
I have,
sewed
I
on?
get you right
You
there.
tell
But my
them.
confusion I have is
I don't know.
is how you can't do that. You can't come one day with a skirt on with you and your makeup on.
You can't
and
say
the
they
next
can't
day,
do that.
But I'm
They're
saying,
doing
but don't
it, right?
get mad.
It's being done.
But
It's
don't
being
get
done.
mad.
Hey, listen. So okay, so point of order. You know, to kind of what Dave was just saying to Ron. Like as far, the confusion is this. The reason why this to me is it's a progression from the gay, lesbian, transgender thing, but the reason why I think it's so problematic is because it's taking a step like over the cliff in the sense of I ain't saying that you could feel these different feelings that we might not understand those feelings, but the problem is we went from a woman wanting to be called a man wanting to be called a woman and wanting to change. Okay, we got that. At least we understand you're changing from this to that. Now you're saying I'm not either one.
Today.
Yeah. I'm not, but you're saying like I'm not locked into
You know
either
what?
one. So because I'm fluidly moving between male and female, you gotta call me they.
This
which
morning,
I think that's
this
a little
morning,
that's difficult.
I'm feeling masculine. This afternoon, after lunch, I will be feeling feminine. I mean, come on now. How do you tell me what?
That just bad. I just said that's messing me up. Now I gotta
It's a-
really think.
it's-
You mess my whole day up at work. I can't do nothing because I
I
don't know.
personally would be like,
'Cause
Because
Okay, how about what bad?
confuse
Okay,
people
no, it
because-
confused me. It got me. Okay, I'm gonna go by what bathroom you go into today.
But even with that, they don't want you.
Now, now
Because
they're
they-
having trans bathrooms. They're
it-
trying to get
they-
trans
they're
bathrooms.
trying to-
Oh, they had to check now. Really confused.
But no, it's about to be co-ed bathrooms around across everywhere. Eventually,
I am not going to the bathroom with a girl up in there.
Watch this. Eventually, it will be one bathroom.
Unless it's a club.
Men and women and trans will go into the same bathroom.
I don't have a problem with that.
the club,
In an
It's already
adult
happening.
environment, right? But the problem lies when
With the
there's
kids.
children around.
Yeah, well, see, the kids may have.
I know,
that
that's
might be
totally
that might be
confusing.
the last frontier, right?
So I think so.
Please tell me.
Just
Or
so-
monitors will be
Please
there.
don't
No,
tell me
so I
they
would
teaching
think
like
that-
in third grade or something. Because they be like, come on.
They
nah.
are. They are.
Now, you can't
They
confuse
are.
them kids like that,
it's
man.
an elementary school in
And
Virginia.
you know they keeping it real.
Now, my thing is this.
It's the elementary school in Virginia.
So if you're going to
You
give
know how
a
Trey was.
queer bathroom, a transgender bathroom, I think it should be a children's bathroom so they know they can go and do what they need to do.
But they do have that
And-
in school.
The-
No,
but-
we're not talking about school. I'm just talking about in general
But-
public.
and what I mean by the bathrooms being collected, the thing is, it's going to be all stalls, right? So when you go in the bathroom, whether you're standing up or sitting down, whatever you're doing, it's going to be all stalls. So
Like at home.
yeah, they may have a urinal and a toilet. It might be something new design, but it's going to be like, yeah, you're not going. No one's going to be in there with you, even though we're all in the same bathroom washing our hands. It's like being at a food
From
stand.
ceiling to floor,
You
you
making
won't know
you
what-
you
what
making
they
your
sit down
sub
and
over
think
here.
about.
You making your sandwich over here. Everybody using the condiments. It's like that. It's gonna be like that in the restaurant. Eventually, that's what it's gonna be.
Nah, I can't
But
do that.
again,
Why
I think
can't
what's
you?
what's so difficult. It's already happening in Legal Seafood right on 7th Street. If you go on Legal Seafood right now at the bar, when you go into the restaurant, there's one restroom at the bar. You
Yeah,
go.
majority of restaurants.
You go into the restroom, you-
But it's
Men
not
and women-
like, but it's one restroom. Like you lock that door, you're in there by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Typically, yeah, but when but no, when you go in the restroom itself, it's a man side and a female side. So the females go to this side, the men go to this side, but you're in the same basic room.
Okay, I can
Oh, I
do
see
that.
what you're saying.
That's
Okay.
like at the.
But I know a lo-
that's
most
like at
clubs
the
is that-
football games, the baseball games. you
most
go in
clubs in DC they only have a bathroom for everybody, it's male or female.
Yeah, it's co-ed,
there.
right?
The
Like
co-ed
certain
bathrooms.
clubs, like in Atlanta, you go to a club, you can't eat. That's not. You think it's the bathroom. It's not the bathroom. It's the weed room.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
All right.
I gotta use the bathroom. Now
Yeah, you just popped up like no means no.
Right, that
I'm
kinda
just saying. It's different.
Yo, Vic Savvy said it's the fact that they don't want to be identified as a gender.
As anything.
It's closed-minded for them to have to be labeled, and she got it right. I don't feel like reading all this, but anyway. But no, she made some good points.
Read it then.
Okay, I'll read it.
Ah, dang.
Okay. She said it's the fact that they don't want to be identified as a gender. It's closed-minded for them to have to be labeled as just one gender. Homophobia have the choice of identifying as either male or female. So if they want to be identified as they are, there is nothing wrong with that. It gives them freedom.
So she said
Good
so
point, Vic.
she's
She
making
said
a point.
what she-
She's making a point for the same thing that they did when people wanted to be gay, right? When boys wanted to be hanging with girls and wearing girl clothes and the same point saying that they have the right to be. And my thing is, I think people have the right to be or feel whatever they want to feel. I said I think it's very hard and confusing because you're not asking to be really identified as anything particular.
Yes,
like at
to
least
the masses.
At least you're saying to me as a transgender, you're saying I'm transgender.
Right.
That means I have
So, but you
changed.
know what? It depends. Now, it'll become a woman once they get hit by a man. Like, hold on, I'm a lady. You know what I'm saying? So, it'll switch up. It'll switch up.
But hold on.
No,
Don't read the comments. No,
but the other part is I think that they're doing it without a campaign to help us get caught up to speed, right?
Yeah,
because
teach me.
we haven't been using they and them for specific things. They, it means a
specific
group.
people, should we say?
Yeah, I mean, but they is for a group of people, a group.
And you
of
can't say
not one
it.
person.
But you know what? You said there's a couple of celebrities that identify that way. You said,
Oh yeah, so Demi Lovato just came out and said she's changing her pronouns. She said, "I really feel deeply about this."
But what she look like though? Because I can't remember what she look like.
She's a
got
white girl.
short hair.
Demi
she's a
Lovato,
singer.
right?
She just got out of the rehab.
Exactly. And
got
she changed her pronouns to they and them. She said, I'm officially today changing my pronouns to they and them, and she wants to be referred to that way. Like I said, it's a trending thing. It's bubbling
it's
up
another white guy
right now.
actor that was on Disney Channel. He changed his too. I
Disney
can't think
Channel?
of his name. He's one of the stars of Disney Channel. He goes by they now too. Anyway,
I can't do it. I'm confused.
I'm a little old fashioned.
I'm
I
just
just
gonna call
think
you
that-
Pat. I'm just gonna
What's
call
the
you
thing?
Pat.
I think it makes us look real old fashioned. That's why I said it makes what like when we came up, it was just gay and lesbian.
Well,
That
think about even
our fathers and them were looking. That's crazy. That's crazy, right?
No, but we think about it.
But this
when-
makes that look like it's
So let me
nothing.
ask you
no,
this.
no, seriously. But when we grew up, and you kind of the person who was gay, right?
Yeah.
They never had to say that they was gay.
And
you
they was
knew
still
that
a male or
that-
female.
But at least it was something we could say what
But
it
see,
is.
you can't say that, Dave, because it was just like there's
Not
gay-
everybody we didn't know, right?
No, but back then there was probably guys who were masculine that were gay.
No, what I'm saying, but
A lot of times
we
you
don't
kinda
care.
knew.
We don't care what your sexuality is or what you doing or who you having sex with. It's just more or less we calling you by your name or whatever, or him or her. You know what I'm saying? It's not like who you sleep with is who you sleep with. That's your own
Right.
business.
Which
But
is,
But also, I think
agree
that's
with
what
y'all
my
to a
issue I
certain
have.
extent.
But that's my issue I have, like for instance, for that teacher. You know what I'm saying?
the teacher in Virginia
the Virginia-
is
but I'm
refusing
saying,
to
but it's not only
cooperate with that.
Okay, but you can say they. But you telling me that this teacher would come in with a dress one day, then come with a full beard the next day? That's wrong
Not
for
the
the
next
kids.
day, but it'll be over a couple of days. They start letting their beard grow
No,
out.
I'm saying, but that's wrong for the
Now,
kids.
okay, so
That's
and so
confusing the
for
kids.
the audience, let's be clear. There's a teacher in Virginia, a female who is non-binary, and that's who we're talking about right now. But this article is an article about a physical education teacher in Virginia who is refusing to comply with these new giving people their pronouns what they prefer to have.
Oh, he
it's
said,
a
"I'ma
male
call you
teacher.
with
Said,
that."
he said, I'm gonna call you.
I'm gonna call you what your mama took off.
with your mom. With your mom.
What your mama named you?
Your mama named you Clay. I'm gonna call you Clay.
But see, like I said, I believe that if a person,
I kind of feel
if a
that teacher.
person
I'm
took
sorry.
the time and went and got the,
I'm with the teacher.
went and got the mental stuff that you need, the therapy you need, and then go ahead with your transition, your
Right.
sexual change, then I think you deserve to be
Right.
called
Like, that's
Kris
your-
Jenner, not Kris Jenner. What's his name?
Chris Jenner.
Kate Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner. She got her.
But-
thing.
right,
She
but-
deserved to be called a woman.
But that's just like fences.
Now
But
when
that's-
we knew him as Bruce.
But see, but
got
that's
Well, I like
First of all, he
the
still looks-
motherfucker. He was
still-
my triathlon.
He still look like Bruce.
Yeah,
No,
you
but
know what I'm saying?
but that's just like
so creepy.
say
So he's
say if
scared
I was
of me.
but look, if I was a teacher and Wade Wayne
Okay, here you go.
the Wade Wayne's daughter Wade
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade's
Son, daughter, yes, daughter.
So I'm gonna respect and call her
Her.
thing, but I'm gonna get mad if she come in there with some Jordans on, some thugging out thing.
No,
and-
why you
and-
gonna
and
get
doing
mad at
that.
her? Because
I'm
with
like
your
last week
outfit.
you was dressed up. I'm saying don't do that to me.
But the thing about it is, with girls, right? And heterosexual women, heterosexual females, they dress like men, but they're still very feminine in the aspect of it.
True.
But
You
they
know
don't
what I'm saying?
mind you saying.
Globe Blair said, "I don't understand what is the purpose of not identifying to be a male or female."
I agree.
I don't understand that either.
I agree.
Because
I agree.
because they're saying you trying to lock me into this because you okay. So we all know there are females who are tomboyish or more masculine, right?
Yes.
I mean they're more rougher, right?
Yeah.
And they
And
just
would
more
take your girl,
and
too.
they don't always have to be gay. Sometimes there's just females who are just they more harder. They
Yes.
feel rugged. They like to do
Yeah, I was just at
handiwork and stuff like
I
that.
was just at a party, man. It was like these girls that play football. They play flag football,
Mm-hmm.
and they was a little masculine, but they was good people because they was talking about wanting to have babies on them, but they looked.
But they
thuggy.
always, it's like exactly.
But that's
And
what
then
I'm saying.
we
So,
all- and then you know
so you
men-
know they not like that.
And then
you
there's
know what
men who are not gay. We call them metrosexual, who are more effeminate, right?
I'm saying?
They
They wear them pants with the lines going down.
all kind of.
Hi Ron, shout out to Hi Ron.
Hey, so but the thing is, but the point is that and then now you having the evolution. And this is the evolution of us, right? As people. So this group of people, I feel like it is me personally, and I know this is like a shot at them, but it's not a shot. I feel like some of it is an attempt to try to stand out. It's harder and harder to stand out
True
in this
that.
world, right?
True that.
To stand out from the crowd. So when you say I'm non-binary, that gives you an exclusive group that ain't a whole bunch of people saying that right now, but it's trending, bubbling, and more people are doing it because it gives you something else to say or do. You ever know somebody who tries to do something new just to feel relevant or
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
definitely,
attention?
definitely. So like I kind of agree with you on that because see, even with I even think that with you being gay or lesbian, right? Whatever you do behind closed doors doesn't
It's your
need to be
business.
brought to the public. You know what I'm saying? So, and however you feel about a person, right? It's not for us to judge. But so you need to tell me that you're
Okay, so let me just push back on that real quick because I feel what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. But the problem with that is this. It's not just that it doesn't need to be broadcast that you gay, what you're doing. You don't need to tell me. That's how we feel now. But the problem was when people found out that a man was seeing another man and they thought he was straight and they thought he was seeing men, they ridiculed and mistreated him so bad for what they were doing privately. Or if two men decide to hold hands with each other, they ain't hold hands with you, they not messing with you. But people didn't want their kids back in the day
To see it.
to even see
That's true.
two men holding hands.
That's
So
true.
they would go at them so hard to try to
Yeah.
discourage it.
Right.
And so this is why it became an issue of it's not why staying private wasn't good. They said we got to come out because we got to come out and make people accept.
Understand it. Yeah, that it's
Because
not,
if you don't make them accept it, they would keep attacking us. Because at one point, the way transgenders were getting killed, like say 8 years ago,
still to this day actually.
well,
Yeah.
it was real bad 8 years ago. Like they was really getting killed, and wasn't nobody prosecuting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right.
now at least there's laws against
Right,
this stuff
yeah.
now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
ain't nothing about black people still.
Still, number you. This is true.
And like we still get identified as nigger, boy,
No, that's facts on facts right there.
bitch, hoe, and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
fact. So
Camel
so
toe meat.
so
Sorry.
back to our point.
What
our
you
point-
say?
Camel toe meat. But anyway,
Camel toe meat. That nigga crazy.
But ultimately back to the point, like I said, I think the biggest challenge is that the LGBTQHPR the whole at least they're giving us a name, a title to call them, right? Non-binary says that I'm they or them, which is very confusing. I think this is
Non-binary to me say that I don't know what I am. I'm just saying for real.
I want you to call me this today.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
mean,
confused.
it may be very-
It's saying that I'm confused too.
Well, I mean, whether it's a confusion or whether it's a seeking for something, I think it is seeking something. Whether it's attention or seeking understanding about
Mostly
yourself,
attention.
could be. But without judging it, I mean, I agree. But
I'd say
without
give people what they want.
without
I mean-
judging it, my whole thing is, how do we get ourselves up to speed with something that's so obscure? That's the problem with it. It's so obscure. Like if you
We
say
don't
you're
move-
transgender,
we
I
move
get it.
like the government, slow.
Yeah.
So
If you say
Look,
you're
we just getting past LB.
if you say you poly, I get it. If you say you gay, I
LBG.
get it. Transgender, I get it. But when you say I'm
Male or female? You
I'm
don't know.
them, I'm like, you them.
And
No,
then-
them
and then-
over there. It's two of them.
But see, and
We
that-
are them.
and
we're them. You are him or her.
that's why I
don't know.
Two of y'all. Somebody
I mean-
behind you.
Anyway,
Exactly.
Pastor, PDO, Love Guru.
Yo.
Are you them or they?
Hey.
Hey.
Y'all got me confused by my own.
This nigga don't even know what to say. Should I say I'm him or what?
Which one am
Hey,
I?
he just came out. Hey.
Anyway,
He's hey.
He's hey.
Happy Pride weekend. But
Month. It's Pride Month.
so
Pride Month. Didn't it was just Pride Month 2 months ago. I mean, Pride we get out
so
here.
anyway, Love Guru,
Yo.
the owner and the writer of the Love Rework.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, what's on your mind today?
Okay, so I thought I would throw a simple, it's a quick fastball for you guys. Nothing long or deep, but what's the most important part?
That doesn't sound too good.
Hold up, man.
We,
Hey,
we
son,
don't want nothing
last
longer
thing,
deep.
Before you get anything, Glow make a good point. She say, if them catch a case, it will be called him or her.
I said that.
I mean, this is true. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's gonna be crazy when the judge be forced to. The judge gonna be like, I'm not playing these games
Yes.
in my courtroom.
No,
And hold him to
Ma'am,
We went.
ma'am, go back with your lawyer till you come back and
So,
figure out who you
I
are.
went to this church sometime, real quick, and I went to this church, and I remember this like yesterday. The pastor, God rest his soul, Reverend Anthony, is his name?
Reverend Lewis.
If you gonna say
No,
something crazy, don't
Anthony.
say his name.
He
You gonna say
did.
something
He
crazy,
died.
okay,
No,
all right.
Lewis, Anthony.
Lewis Anthony. He died. Great. He did. Anyway, so it was this transsexual guy who came in the church, and he went up for prayer, and he was dressed like a woman and everything, but everybody knew what he was. He said, "Young man, God got a word."
Yo,
For
yeah, he
some reason,
straight up.
It was so awkward. I was like, he kept calling that guy. He said, "Young man." He kept calling him the man the whole
Wait, was
time.
a female?
No,
It
it
was
was
a
a dude.
guy.
dressed
He was a
like
guy, but he
woman.
was dressed as a woman.
But he called
But
him
the
young
whole
man.
time, every time he said, "God got a word for you, young man.
Young
You're
man.
gonna be all right, sir."
He kept
And
it real.
He kept calling him the whole time. He kept calling him a man. And I don't know why I felt so uncomfortable.
That's
I
why
was
you.
like,
That's why you always call people young man.
Now, he did that
No,
from Tyler Perry.
it is uncomfortable, Joe. Like if somebody's trying to identify differently, man, I mean, it's awkward. Like I said, but up to this point, at least everything had a name, right? Whatever you was trying to do, we knew what you was trying to say. Now with this non-binary, it's like them.
Are you still crazy?
That like crashes the mainframe. Like,
They used
like
to call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me Batman.
Are you still crazy?
right? Okay, so
back to love rework.
yeah, back to love real
Back
real
to
quick.
day love.
So tell me this: what do you all think is the most important thing in a relationship? I'm gonna give you 5 choices. Ready?
You
Yeah.
will give us foul. You want us to
I'm
say
gonna give
foul.
you 5 choices. I want you to tell me what you
Which
think is the
one?
most
Oh,
important part of a relationship. Ready? Sex, trust, love, time, or good credit.
That's hard.
I would have to say.
Hold on.
I hate to
Give me
say
those
it.
5 again.
Sex, trust, love, time, or good credit.
And we rating from 1 to 5.
No.
Well,
What's the most important?
what's the most important? The number one. What's the number one thing for you in a relationship? Is it sex?
Are you speaking to?
Is it trust?
Are you speaking to 45-year-old Ron or 20 or 30? You know what I'm saying?
They have 2 different views, huh?
At this age,
Probably that good credit, huh?
credit is very important.
Wow, more than love, trust, sex,
Love ain't
and
never got
time.
nothing to do with it. Cause
I'm sad to say though. I think it's different. I think
At my age, sex.
That's most important.
Yep.
Man.
At my age, it gotta be love. I tell you.
Oh,
This nigga with this
This
bullshit.
nigga here.
This
Joe.
nigga with this buzz.
Hey, Steve, let me tell you
This
something.
nigga trying
Last
to
week,
get him some sex tonight.
last week,
We'll patch yourself. Oh, Lord.
Steve, last week, yo, they hated you last week, boy.
They hated.
They was hating you last week, boy.
They were.
Yeah, because you was on your pulpit talking about
Love.
she don't need me, I don't need her. Women was like, what?
Oh,
She
Lord.
She love me.
She wanna be with you. She don't need you.
So, sex, trust, man, trust.
I think
would
a
say
female.
trust.
I think
would say
as a
trust.
female, it'd be trust would be the number one.
Well, you're not speaking for her. You they or them?
That's, I'm just saying. For me, it's love. I'm saying, but
You
as
they
a,
now?
huh?
You they or them?
Nah, I'm confused.
Globe Blair said communication.
Well,
And
that's
that
not
wasn't
one of
even
the
topic.
choices.
That's
What's
no
that?
means no.
No means no. Go.
You had 5 choices, and you choose a 6th one. That does not work.
She did say, however, those options, trust. Out of those options are trust.
That's
She
why I
was saying.
say as a
Y'all-
female.
They ain't let me finish, Globe.
Okay.
Don't do that. She
Yeah,
said trust.
We had to give her the business. We attacked quick.
Dang,
Yeah.
y'all just jumped on it.
That's because Ronnie and
Ronnie
slow
don't
ass
be
reading.
reading. He's slow as reading.
Okay, so can we agree that time is the last one?
Yeah, I don't need that much time with you.
Matter
They
of fact-
say time heals.
Matter of fact, you have your own place, and we'll meet up on weekends.
Hey, what time we going out?
What time we having sex?
Yeah. So I love to know what time. What's the things? I love to know what time.
Oh yeah.
I trust you to be there.
Trust-
And bring your credit card.
Oh, is your credit good?
I trust that you good credit, and I love that you gonna be on time.
To have sex.
To have sex, and we can have sex.
And we has that. Cause that's
Yo,
it.
so I don't know. I think, man, we guys, man. So like, it's probably the man. I don't know, man. Love is big.
Love
So
is-
you going with love?
Now this nigga, don't get on this nigga soapbox.
You going with love?
No, but trust. I think trust is big.
I think trust.
I
is
think
most
I
important.
think trust is big, but
'Cause you
I
can
don't
build-
think
you
it's
can
the
build your
biggest.
credit
I
up.
think it's for a female. Like
No,
for-
the thing about trust, right? A lot of times is you only can trust a person as much as they show you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that is not relevant in a lot of situations. You know, in a
Nah,
relationship.
but no. You gotta lay your head peacefully with somebody. You gotta live with them. You gotta safely.
You ain't
trust.
got to, because
I mean, you
we
gotta-
ain't got to spend all that time together.
right.
I think time probably is the
Especially
I-
if you got
I
good
think-
credit.
I think
Yeah, especially they got good
You know what?
credit. They get their own damn
I
spot.
definitely changed mine from credit. I think trust is very because it's not like not being able to trust somebody. You got to hide your money from them, and you got like you don't
or
know
to feel like what they're gonna do to
what
you.
they're gonna do.
But
to
most
yeah.
men,
anything.
but let's be honest, most men don't trust really nobody.
No.
You don't. What I'm saying.
Well,
when
I
it comes-
thought you was in love. Sorry. Let me
I
stop.
love everybody. What I'm saying, I'm trusting
But
that
you don't
I need
trust-
to make it happen. David prime example.
You don't trust her though.
No, listen what I'm saying. David prime example. I don't think Dave trusts that nobody gonna take
Don't
care
mess
of
up
Dave.
his happy home.
No, listen, it's
Sorry.
true though. Dave don't trust that nobody gonna take care of Dave.
Well,
Dave say that I need to trust.
I
that
don't
I'm-
think that is that he don't trust nobody would take care of him. I
Dave,
think it's
I'm
more
saying the
so
wrong thing?
I don't think it's that he don't trust that somebody would take care of him. I think he
He's
accepts
not
the
patient.
responsibility for himself.
They don't
He
have
knows
no
he's responsible for himself.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I have a lot of patience.
He don't have no patience.
No, what I'm
He
saying
wanted it
is,
right there.
what I'm saying is,
Right.
Dave wants to be. Dave feel that he needs to be the provider. He don't want that to fall on nobody else but him. You see what I'm saying?
That's fine. I mean,
What
that's
I'm
fine.
saying. So what I'm saying, he don't trust that nobody else can take care of the things
Well,
that.
I
true,
don't know
Dave?
about that.
That's true.
That's
I'm
true.
just, that's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
me, like and it's-
You
I
definitely,
ain't
you
gonna
definitely a
talk
kept
about me.
man. Huh? You a kept man. You.
I'm not a cat man. I'm more of a. I'm more of a.
A loving
whip.
man.
I'm
And
a
he
whip
love,
man.
and he trusts that she gonna love him as much as he love her, and then she gonna keep her good credit,
But she keep her guards up because she don't trust me.
long as he give her some time.
Yeah.
You can trust that.
So, out of those 5 things, what do you think a good relationship can do without?
Credit? Nah.
Yeah, a good relationship could do without credit.
I think a good relationship could do without credit.
Where y'all gonna live? Well, mom.
I mean, wherever you can live in a shelter.
No, you can work that out because
Or you just have to pay
those
extra
are things you
on
can
the-
actually modify. I think you can build
fix that.
You can build credit and a sexual agreement or sexual flow better than you can build trust. Like
That's
trust
true.
is harder to build.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
Once you break it,
Yeah.
When you
or,
once
or
you
if
break
you don't
trust,
have it, or if you don't
with
have
certain-
it,
some people, if you break their trust,
it's
one
fragile.
time,
Yeah, it's fragile.
and people already don't trust people in general.
and that's to be honest with you, most women are not in a relationship because they can't trust nobody, and it's because
most women they
but
want to be secure.
And the thing
but
about
they can't
security is
trust
number
that.
one.
But I'm saying the independent women and them strong independent women that's getting of age and all that, they've been on top. They don't trust nobody. They don't trust that
Because they got too much baggage to the relationship from
No.
past relationships.
why Glow Blair, she's gone off. She said, we are all at a certain age. You need to be able to trust them to take you to your medical procedures.
She on it.
Motherfucker, they got Uber for that.
Nah, hey, listen, let me tell you,
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
And they will
Hey.
make sure you're okay.
Yeah, Sinbad called that. Sinbad said he don't need
yeah,
no
get
young
you-
girl. He said, I need a woman who can recognize if I'm having a
Stroke.
stroke. And he had a stroke for real.
He shouldn't have did.
He talked that into existence.
Yeah, like three, like he did like 7 years,
He
8
did
years.
that he did that for a long time. That was part of his act for a long time.
Yeah, like 10 years before it happened. I mean,
Yeah.
it just happened like a couple years ago. But yeah, he had said that a long
Note
time
to
ago.
self: do not joke about what's going.
Hey,
Because I'm definitely one of.
but it was like a true statement. That's what made it so
you
funny.
were
It's kinda
definitely one
true.
of the ones who joke about certain things.
I do. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I almost watched somebody drown because I thought they were playing. So I was like,
This nigga laughing at him.
and then I had to be like, oh,
Boy.
snap, get up. This
You
is a close
stupid
friend.
boy. Look
thought
at
they were
that. Look
playing.
at that dude.
I
What?
thought they were playing. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Look how he
And they
playing
were
with the
drowning.
water like that. Boy, stop.
Yeah, when I was young and couldn't swim, somebody pushed me in the pool. They just assumed I could swim.
I
couldn't
know
even
I was a
swim.
Boy Scout. They threw us. We had to learn to get
And
the little
this man was
badge.
sat at the bottom of the
They
pool till
threw me
somebody
in
came
12
and
feet
got
of water. I went down to the bottom and waited and sat there until somebody came and got me, dog. I ain't.
Yeah, you was the damn fool. All you had to do is just stand up.
I was screaming.
I was in
he
12
can't
feet.
swim. I
So
was like,
what? It don't matter. If you just stand up, you would have went back up.
Okay,
you would have
no.
gave yourself a push.
But I didn't like.
He didn't panic.
I didn't panic. No, I just went down. I told you I couldn't swim. I went down there and sat there. And the joke
this
is,
nigga wanted to prove somebody right.
I
Y'all
sat
was
down for
off
about a
on his
minute.
way. And he trusted
So
they
who came and got him?
Get him out.
the boys whatever the
counselor?
camp that threw my ass in the water. He was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I told you I couldn't swim." I sat down in that water.
You was there too?
I was laughing. So now I was worried. I was screaming, help. him.
I was
said,
down
"He
there
can't
for about
swim."
a minute. He
Like-
came in and got me. I
like
was
he can't
sitting
swim.
down.
Hell?
I was screaming, he can't swim.
Could you swim at that time?
No, these niggas still
This
can't
nigga
swim.
ain't learned how to
I can
swim.
swim.
He can
I
swim.
can swim
He
now
swam
really
when he was
well.
30. It was.
I didn't learn how to swim.
But
till-
he
we-
trusted a
we
female.
grew up for pool in our backyard.
but we
since
never
were
went
like 10.
past 5 feet.
But my father was always so like, he always made us wear a life jacket all the way until we was in our 20s.
Yeah, this nigga-
30s, what you talking about, nigga?
He bought personal life
Yo,
jackets for
We had to
us.
wear life jackets till we was in our 20s. That's crazy.
30s.
I'm
Hey,
jumping.
not 20s, 30s.
I'm jumping off the diving board with a life jacket.
But
You
I
can't
learned,
swim. I
I
agree.
learned how to swim. I went to St. Thomas, and I just jumped off the cliff, and that's what made me. And ever since then, I just started swimming. And this
You can
lady
swim
showed me.
now?
I can swim really good now. I'm good at swimming, but it took me like I didn't swim to really learn how to swim till I was 30. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
sad. We always had a pool.
Sure.
But-
no, we grew up with a pool too, actually, and that's how we learned how to swim.
I mean, I can
Because we
swim. I
used to go
just
out there
can't
and play,
tread
over,
water.
and then
though.
eventually you gonna learn.
My father didn't learn till he was in his 30s.
It's hard to
'cause
learn,
My
though.
daughter
He used to
learned
work at a
6.
sewer plant, right? And where he worked at, he actually fell in the sewer thing one time, and they had to come and get him out. And so after that, then he learned how to swim.
Yeah, for sure.
But my daughter learned how to
so-
swim when she was 6, like
so-
maybe younger than that.
So
They was
I
swimming.
learned. My parents, they took me to the Y. Like even we went.
See, and that takes trust. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
need-
but my parents didn't know how to swim. But you know,
I want to make sure you know how to swim.
Yeah,
but
they wanted
I
to make
need,
sure I know.
I need to get my sons. My sons,
I'm
they
gonna throw
don't know how
my
to swim
grandson
like
in the
that.
They
water
can't
to
swim?
see if he can swim.
Not like that. But
you
they
know,
not.
a lot
you know,
of
But the
times,
thing
man,
about it is, one thing that they always had an advantage of, they're not scared of the water because they will get in the water.
Okay.
And so that's half the battle. A lot of kids who can't swim, they won't even
that's
get
why I
in the
understand
water.
Ron and Steve. I understand y'all had the pool, like y'all was supposed to learn.
We got in the water, but my father made us wear a life
But you
jacket.
were supposed to
No,
learn.
not only
though.
that, but I'm be honest with you. we wasn't taught to swim. We
That's-
used the pool to have fun with and stuff
I
like
know,
that.
but you should have been.
Well, we should have
in
been
the water.
learning.
You should have learned because
We
that's
should have
that's what we had a
learned.
pool and we could not swim and nobody really taught us. We just get in 3 feet and play,
But
and eventually
You play so
learn-
much because you got used to the water, used to being in the water, and you said, "I'm tired of being over here. I'm gonna go on the other
And
side."
when you realize you can go down and come up and you're, oh, okay, it's not so bad. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just you trying to
Yeah,
get,
man,
just get
that's
used to it.
something, man.
And
then when you
that's-
got-
Hey, y'all get on people on the line. They saying, "What about the love thing?" Vic said, "So all 5 is needed."
We know that. We said
saying what's the most
priority?
important?
Glo Blair said,
Vic.
Glo Blair said, "Love." If you're talking about that butterfly high school love that Arnold still got. She said, "I'm good if
I don't
everything
think that
else
was
is there."
I don't think that was at me though.
She was saying that she don't need. She said she don't need love in her relationship. She good about everything else. I know that's right, Glo Blair.
She must got good credit.
She likes sex. It sound like. But anyway, moving on. Anyway, PDO.
She buying PS5 by the dozen.
Yeah, no, I think listen, I think it's in like the non-binary community. What's important to each relationship, it kind of matters, right?
Right.
And I think people really are wired differently. It's hard to believe it because, and that's one thing I don't like about Christianity sometimes, right? Because Christianity for me is a symbol of, okay, I don't want to throw a blanket over Christianity.
I think it's just religion. Period.
Yeah, exactly. The idea that we become cliquish, right? And not only do we try to bring people in or convert them right into what we feel and believe, right? We also assume that there really can't be any other feelings besides what we feel. Like what we feel is everything, right?
Right.
Like since I know God, and so religion is a great example of that. But it happens with sororities or whatever it is. People get into whatever their clique is, and they feel as that the world revolves around that. That there's no other real joy outside of that. And the point is, we make mistakes when we do that with people.
But
right?
don't you think-
there are people who like I love vanilla, like vanilla milkshakes, right? So when I meet
like
people
anything
who don't
vanilla.
like vanilla and like chocolate, which chocolate's okay to me, but it's
I
no way.
love chocolate. I don't want no
That's
vanilla.
so
nothing.
that looks strange to me.
I don't like chocolate. I like vanilla.
That is strange to me, right?
Vanilla. Y'all niggas chocolate and y'all like vanilla?
Pause, man. Pause.
Vanilla?
See, this is crazy.
But now,
Not even butter pecan, but y'all like
I do
vanilla?
like. No, I like vanilla. I like
He
good
like butt
French
vanilla.
vanilla.
But the idea is that oftentimes we think what we like or what we feel is the best it can be, right? And that it's crazy for somebody to actually like. There are people who actually love eating raw food and they enjoy it, right? And other people who love their steaks and their hamburgers and stuff like that. And there are people who love grape soda but don't like orange soda. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, people who love milk, other folk can't take milk, right?
I can't stand milk.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea is that in relationships, to some relationships, sex is really high up on the list.
I think sex is always important though.
No, in that sense, my point.
Sex is major, yeah, like you said.
In certain relationships, other relationships, it's not. Like
Yeah.
there are people who are married to a woman who has no desire for sex, but she does want to spend time with this man. She loves the man, but she don't want to have sex.
Yeah.
She don't have no sexual appetite.
She just want that companionship.
That's not exactly. It's not big for her, and
There's some men who can't get it up, but their wives stay with them and dedicate.
so that's the thing. If you're a man who has, say, ED, erectile dysfunction, and you really can't go hard, right? It doesn't take away your desire for sex, but you really can't get hard. Dealing with a woman who doesn't need sex, she kind of love you and be okay versus a woman who sex is
sex.
high up on her thing. She'd be like, man, I love you, but damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love you, but I gotta go cheat on your ass.
Exactly. And then for other people, it is financial security. And we call women like that gold diggers or wrong, but certain women, that's what love is to me, right? Providing for me, make sure I get what I want, let me go shopping. Not that I got to just live a lavish life on you, but that I don't have to go and want for the stuff that
Right.
the
And
stuff I
just
like.
like some men wants a woman that's gonna stay home and take care of the house.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
don't want a woman that can go work.
Point is that priorities,
Yeah.
depending on the couple, the personalities involved, and the personas, that each couple will have different priorities.
And that might work for some women. Some women
And
say,
then, you know
I'd
what all
rather-
that boils down to?
What's that?
Communication.
Right. And then
Everybody
also,
has to communicate.
and it
That
goes back to
wasn't-
what you,
well,
and
well,
it goes back to
honestly,
everything
too.
you was saying for general, that relationships, everybody's relationship is not the same.
Right.
My relationship with my wife, like you said, could be a rare situation.
It
I don't
is.
think so, but
'Cause
most
she don't
people
need
do
you.
agree that it is a
It's rare. Yeah, it's rare.
because we've been together since high school.
Right.
But
That's
that
old
don't-
school.
But that don't work for everybody.
No.
not in my generation.
Man, look, man. People
Our
our
nephew-
age, man,
I
and
never
and
just
even
got married a week ago. Right? Give
Right.
him 25 years
Hey.
and say it works.
hey,
No, what I'm saying is this. You think about it. He got age, and he got married around the same time as you. And they've been
Actually,
together.
Same age. Yep, same
and,
age.
and
Well,
they've
they
been
together
they've
the
been
same
they've
job.
been they've been
Together
together
the same
just as
time.
long.
who is this?
Yep. My nephew
He's
just
the
got
one
married. Yeah.
He married his high school
So
sweetheart.
it may work for him.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. It
The
could.
thing about it is,
You were an
but
example for
majority
him.
of the time, you think about it. How often is it now that most people in the world has gotten so much smaller to most of us, right? That we are gonna marry our high school sweetheart.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, because now you can keep up with your friends from elementary school to high school to college. Like you can keep up with all of them for the rest of your life because of social media, right? You can really connect and find these people. But the men older than us, like the men, I know a lot of men in their 50s, right? That's like the step right above us, right? They're in their 50s and between 50s and 60s. Those guys been married like 3 times, man.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
But let me ask you this though:
Plus, my
if
high
you
school
don't
sweetheart
marry-
waist is big. It's like-
what you want? What you want? No, I'm just kidding. But look, to quick question though, don't you think if you say, for instance, if you don't marry your high school sweetheart, don't trust become real kind of scary? It's hard to trust somebody
Hey.
once you get up there into your job.
I think
and all
when you
that type
get
of stuff.
successful and as you get
It's
older,
hard to trust somebody.
It's hard to trust. It's harder to trust. What's harder to trust? Well, you know what?
I'm not even gonna say it was harder to trust, but the thing about it is, it's a lot of things that plays in the situation because now you have a lot of
Yeah.
relationships to judge that relationship off of. So like when you with your high school sweetheart, right? 9 times out of 10, that's probably been your only girlfriend. You may have had sex with someone else, or your only boyfriend. You might have sex with someone else, but they haven't been a long-term relationship because you got them in high school.
Right.
Because when you think about it, you in high school from the ages of the average person from 13, 14 to 17, 18, right?
Yeah.
So you think about it. If they got them at 12 and they broke up and you got them at 15, they ain't had no. They had you and them.
Listen, so to answer your question, I have to start about it. You know, it's never going to be hard to trust. I think that we know how to. You get better as you get older to judge
Yes.
something you can trust and what you can't trust. We read that better and better. The more experience we have, we read it better and better. I think when you have a lot of success, it's difficult to find somebody because then it's not about just finding a good person that you can trust. Now you also have to prove out that their motives is not your success.
Right.
They don't want to just poach off of what you have. Or when you old, as you get older, the other deterrent in getting married as you get older is because as you get older, you get more set in your way.
That's
And
true.
you're
That's what I'm
less
saying.
willing to
Compromise.
bend
You're
and compromise certain things. You're like, man, look,
And
I ain't gonna do this.
This is where I'm at.
And the thing about it
Now
is,
your shoes right here on the floor ain't
You ain't
gonna
gotta
work.
hit
for
me
us.
but once.
But sometimes
Sorry.
in certain situations, people know that certain people with them for financial reasons. Financial,
And some people know that.
and some people
And they
know
know
that.
it.
And they're okay with that. You know what I'm saying? The problem becomes a problem when most people, especially like if you're an athlete or entertainer, they already know you with them because you got money. You know what I'm saying? Or you got this limelight that you can actually elevate them as well if you don't even stay in that relationship.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I also know that I'm not that guy, right? I couldn't, even if you have the money and I can spend all that. I don't want a girl to be with me just for the money. She gotta really dig me, right? Because I've met women like that who literally want to be with you because they like the experience that you can give them, right? They want to have the experience. They don't really
Flavor
care about
Flav.
you, but the fact that we can go to this place and have this experience and say we was on this rooftop or we was doing this.
Oh, we
or
had private
traveled here.
jet and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we drank this kind of stuff. We did all these special things. They want the experience, and they don't care actually who that's with.
Or they want you because you're powerful too. They like.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Sound
That's
like
the
Portia
experience
Williams.
again.
Sound like Portia Williams.
That's the experience.
They
They want the
looking
experience. And so they don't care about your looks or nothing, but if they can get the experience, they with you.
They with
They're
you.
going to have a good time because their mind ain't thinking about you. Like,
think
so
about
how you look.
It's them.
Yeah,
It's thinking about
It's
what
about
they're
them.
getting out of the situation.
that's all that really
So
matters
that's
to them.
but then if you
So they are they.
No. But also think about it.
With them.
If they're giving you everything that you desire, right? And it's 9 times out of 10 for most
sexual
people,
driven. It's sexual driven.
it's sexual driven, or it doesn't have to be sexual. It could be trust or whatever. Like, you know, things like
it could
that.
Be you handle some business
How
for
you
me,
trust
give me some
somebody
good sex,
that's
and you
only
leave me the hell
using your
alone.
money?
Because
do you
you
trust
know
somebody?
that situation.
But
you know that
you can't
that-
trust them though.
Why can't you?
Because
probably could be
that
loyal.
money
They might
can't
be
last.
loyal.
What if that money don't last? You
Right.
know,
They're
you
not
know-
gonna be with
They're not
you.
gonna be
You
with
know
you.
that
So
though.
that's no
but you
choice.
know that
But you
going
kinda-
in.
You kind of know that going
PDO,
in.
where they get that book, PDO? Where they get that book?
Damn.
At IamDarrellOwens.com.
I am DarrellOwens.com. y'all check PDO's book out. It help you in your relationships. And all y'all things.
Hey, you should bring out another book called They and Them.
Hey, I might have to write on that, man. Because look, we need somebody to get us up to speed because that throws me off. Like
Right.
they, you don't want because they is plural.
Hey, can you
why it
if
throws me
you
off.
listen, if you listening, can you come on our show one time just to talk to
Hey,
us?
I'm gonna talk to see if I can get her on here.
Get they. No,
Who,
don't
them?
disrespect it. They.
What
Get
about them?
I'm gonna get
Get
Them.
them.
I'm gonna get they and them to come.
They and them. Okay.
See, that's confusing.
I'm gonna reach
Are
out
you
and try
them
to
or
get.
they?
I'm gonna try to get this teacher on
the them.
Them or they?
Or the day.
both.
Oh, you finished or done? Hey, yo, we had a great show, yo. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Salute.
We see y'all next week. Salud.
Salute.